Hey, welcome back to the episode of Instagram podcast. I'm your host Juan. As always, my co-host here with me. Hey, Trip.
Hey, what's up? How are you? What's
Good,
new?
man. Nothing. Nothing but all this anime I've been watching.
Yeah, we watched a lot of anime. We're going to do our Winter Anime 2021 preview. It's going to be a good time because there are good shows and there are bad shows. And I think talking about both is fun.
Yeah, I agree. I'm excited for shows that we've been expecting to come out around this time. And then
name one.
Promise Neverland.
All right. You got me.
And then also excited for shows that I had no idea what they were about, didn't even know existed, and I'm like really excited to see where they go. So it's fun. It's always good to find a gem. Yeah, and I think we found a couple of gems. So yeah,
Look at us find stuff. Yeah. So, anyways, I guess we're not going to talk too much about what happened this past week, right?
Yeah,
I don't want to talk too much. I don't have much to say, to be honest.
It's okay.
Yeah. What have you been up to? Yeah. What's your deal?
Nothing. That's the first thing on my thing. Nothing. This week has been also very chill, which is nice. It's a good change of pace from being busy. I got my reference video approved by my teacher, so now I started my blocking, which I'm super excited about. And it's chugging along. Putting in maximum effort. Besides that, I watched X-Men Dark Phoenix on HBO.
Ah, yeah, that's my favorite of the X-Men franchise.
I there's a time in my life where I watched every superhero movie that came out in theaters like religiously, and then at a certain point I realized I don't have to fucking watch these anymore. They're not good anymore.
Well, I have a little thing to let you in on. They haven't always been good. They've been really inconsistent.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. No, absolutely. But when I was a kid, they were like, oh my God, these are amazing. Like child me was through the fucking roof when I ever saw a superhero movie. But when I got older, I realized, you know what? I don't have to watch them anymore. So I stopped. But I noticed that it was on HBO, and I told Sierra, like, hey, let's watch a bad movie. Like, we got a couple bad superhero movies to catch up on. We got to watch this one, Dark Phoenix, then we can watch The New Mutants, which I've heard is also pretty bad. Yeah, it was just underwhelming. It was a pretty shit movie. So I recommend no one go watch it.
I'll remember that.
What else? It was a really big day. It was Inauguration Day. We got a new president. Got a new what are they called? What do they call them?
Vice president.
No, it's there's a whole new group of people. What are they called?
We got people in government that are switching around. There's like a lot of people that are switching right now.
Yes, I forget what it's called. There's a specific word and I forgot it. Anyways, that was cool. Woke up today. I feel like every time there's an inauguration, I watch it the same way. I just wake up and then I turn it on and then just lay in bed and watch whatever's going on. So, this year I watched fucking, what's his name? Joe Biden's hair flap in the wind and got a really good glimpse of Bernie Sanders sitting there with his fucking little mitts.
Got memed immediately. Were you thinking of Cabinet, by the way?
No.
Okay, well, that's why.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that.
No, well, it's still. I'm like, it's the only thing that I think about right now. And then I think when Trump won the presidency, I also watched it just in bed, like with the blankets really high, being like, it's gonna be okay, it'll be fine,
dude. Just a throwback.
Yeah. So it's a tradition I hold near and dear. I can't wait till next year's inauguration when I watch it from my bed.
Next year's?
Yeah, that's how it works every year, God. Right? Don't you watch the same inauguration? Yeah, so that's cool, man. It's nice to have all of the election stuff done with, and there's a new president, and we're gonna see what fucking happens. Here's to a good 4 years, But that's
here. Okay,
that's what my week has been. That's what my day has been. It's just been chill. No big complaints, nothing super massive. So
just lots of homework stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't really been up to much. I got into Sea of Thieves last weekend. It's a lot of fun just being a pirate with your boys. Mm-hmm. There's not much else to say other than I really appreciate that it's very low investment. If you wind up getting like your ass kicked by some strangers on the internet, all that means is that you can't buy vanity stuff It's not like you're losing progress or anything. This is all just to get like cool looking outfits, cool looking instruments and boats, and it doesn't do anything different. So everybody has the same skill level no matter what. It's all about just how you use it, you know?
Is it you are you just like a pirate boy and you fight with the sword and shoot guns and stuff, or
Yeah. And you have cannons and whatever.
Okay.
It's fun.
I went through a pretty big pirate phase when I was younger. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this to you.
No, I'm excited right now.
It was a huge fan of. I guess at the time it was on either 4Kids or Fox Box or whatever the early one, but it was the American version of One Piece, and I was like, this is awesome. So One Piece was popping. Also around that time, the producers of Survivor made a reality TV show where they were gonna find the world's modern pirate, and they put people on a pirate ship, and they had there's this convoluted way where you could like get the money and share it, and you had a first mate, and there was a mutiny, and it was just like, and I was like, yeah, dude, pirates are fucking sick, and I was all about them.
And then Pirates of the Caribbean came out a little bit later, right?
No, I did. I think I did get into those, but after my pirate phase had left, like pirates are dumb.
Okay, damn.
It was quick.
I think it came out in like 4th grade for me, so you must have had like a solid 3 months of like, I wish I was a pirate.
Dude, I like pirates. Pirates are dope. There was a weird time where I'm not talking about this. Anyways, we're done. We're done with our pirate talk. But yeah, that's cool. I've seen people talk about is it Sea of Thieves, and I didn't really know what it was, but it's a pirate game, I guess. That makes sense.
You're literally just pirates, and you go and you hang out, and there's like location based voice chat. So if you see some other motherfuckers on a boat, you be like, "Hey, are you guys cool? You want to like play some sea shanties together?" Have a good time with that. We did find out that when you get drunk, you play sea shanties on your instruments a lot more worse, like and sloppy, and just nice. Like it got really messy really fast. So we all got super drunk, lit our boat on fire, and played shanties until we all died. And that was a good way to end the session. You guys
burned the boat?
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. Like the progress, it doesn't matter. You don't lose anything. We sold all of our shit, killed ourselves, destroyed our boat, and we're like, all right, cool. Boat's gonna respawn. We're gonna respawn. Nothing, no problem. It's cool.
Did you die because you burned alive, or because you drowned because the boat sank?
Burned alive.
Okay. The word was I forgot it. I literally just remembered it, and I forgot it again. Administration. I remembered it. That's the word. There's a new administration.
New administration.
Thank God. Like, what the fuck, brain? Jesus. Yeah. Cool, man. That sounds fun. Who'd you play with?
I played a little bit with Kyle and Eliza, and we're going to get Tom in on it. And honestly, like as many people as they want to join us, we'll be cool with it. So it might expand. It might just stay like 4 people. Who knows? Whatever.
Yeah, dude. But Sea of Thieves it up, dude. It sounds like a good time.
It's very chill. It's very fun. I also got an Elgato. Do you know what an Elgato is?
I don't think so. I know what a cat is, but I don't think it's...
Yeah. It's a capture card so that you can play video games, and it's on your computer. So the whole reason that I got this is I figured I resolved a problem I had. Monster Hunter and chat on the Switch doesn't work. So you have to plug your Switch into your computer, but you have to also get a grounder for it. So essentially, over to my side here, I have a daisy chain of different things hooked up from my Switch to my computer. It essentially makes it so there's an extra microphone on my computer. And that microphone is all of the audio from the Switch. And then I told my computer to let me listen to the Switch while it's recording it. So like, hey, I want to hear that microphone at all times. Anyways, got all that shit set up. And then I figured, I'm here, I have to do that so that I could hear everything through the Switch and through my desktop at the same time, communicate through Discord. So I got an Elgato, and now I'll just be streaming Monster Hunter Rise, because why not? And whatever else. I'm just kind of trying to get more into the whole streaming thing, because it's kind of fun to just be chill, and I figure if more people want some people to hang out with and vibe with, that's all we're doing. We're just chilling and vibing. So Yeah.
It looks, you got the lights going on in the background. So
I got some gamer lights.
Yeah, dude, you got it. You're halfway there.
I'm halfway there, man.
That's cool.
What's the other half?
I don't know. What's the little motion animated girl that's in the corner going like this?
Okay. Yeah. The little Twitch stuff.
Yeah.
Twitch emotes and whatnot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not something that I'm going to invest a lot of time into because I have to watch so much anime all the time for the podcast. I feel like that's a large portion of the time that's not me time, right? But if I took all that anime time and instead of watching anime, I put it towards setting up a Twitch channel and emotes and like all this other shit, maybe like, I don't know, if I ever wanted to do that. I feel like that would
look, man, to be honest, you do spend a lot of time watching anime, but you also spend a lot of time playing video games. Like,
that's my me time.
Yeah, okay.
What I'm saying is, if I didn't have all this anime stuff going on, I could use that for the... Because
that's it.
I'm not just talking about personal anime. I'm talking about every time that we have to watch a full season of a show over a week, you know?
Dude, that's loud and clear. You know. I get it, dude. Tripp's quitting the podcast. This is it. He's fucking
every week.
Politely
Why are you
quitting.
trying to get this podcast to end, man? I have a really good time making it with you, and I hope that other people enjoy it too. Other people,
I'm just waiting for you to break up with me. Okay, just fucking do it already. Just
you need to build your self-esteem. You're a beautiful young man who watches anime like a champion. You know exactly what you're talking about. When I bring up Back Arrow, you go, "That's right. I know everything about it. I know who wrote it and directed it, and that's why there's such a big following." But no.
No, I don't like you fucking... I like to be yelled at and like to be called stupid. That's the kind of stuff that I like to hear.
You fucking dunce.
Oh, what? Yeah, that's the stuff.
Okay, that's the good stuff. Yeah, and that's essentially all I've been up to. Been having a chill time. Played some more Stardew. Stardew's always good. We're on year 2. Kate made the worst decisions with the farm, which was such a bummer because like the last time that we played it before our last session, it was the first day of spring year 2, and that's the day that you redo your whole farm because new crops are in season. And then it was late. We were tired. We were hasty. She fucked up a little bit. And then we get back into it and we go, what was going on? I don't remember. All right, let's just plant some stuff. And then she fucked up again because we hadn't warmed up to it. So we had the worst farm watering situation you could imagine. And the reason for that is there are like poles that you can't go by with some crops. Like if you have grapes or hops or in our case, green beans. They're on a couple of poles and you can't walk through them. So our whole farm is like cut off and you have to go into like a little point in order to water everything. And then you're trapped in there and they need to get out. But you have to like water all of the like, while you're inside, you have to water outside. Otherwise we can't reach the whole areas. It's a pain in the ass, dude.
And this is Kate's fault?
This is Kate's fault.
Way to fucking go, Kate. You stupid.
So she feels really bad about it. She feels fucking awful.
As she should.
And it's like we finally ended at a point where we sold all the crops on the inside. So now it's just like, okay, what do we do? Are we going to destroy this? Like, do we care about green beans? Are we just going to invest all our money in strawberries and then go forward? I don't know. We'll see. It's going to be a crazy time.
Yeah.
And I think that's all that I've done this past week. I want to say that that's everything. It's been really chill.
Good for you, man.
Just being a gamer and hanging out and whatnot.
All right, now we talk about stuff we watch. You watch any anime that isn't this anime?
Kind of. Okay. So the whole deal with all the shows we're talking about they are all new shows. We're not talking about anything that is a continuation. So yeah, I watched some Promised Neverland, some Attack on Titan, some Non-Biori. I think those are all the like sequel. Oh, and Cells at Work. Mm-hmm. Those are all the sequel shows that I've watched so far. Nice. I haven't decided if I want to keep watching That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, or if I want to keep watching Dr. Stone.
Right.
Dr. Stone, I think I would rather watch than That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, because I know what I'm going to get. I feel like I got tricked with Slime. Yeah. I don't know about you, but I was watching it and I'm like, yeah, this is enjoyable. Okay, that's a big like isekai vibe. And then halfway through it, they were like, this little girl is a demon and she could kill anybody. or she'll just like suck honey off of your fingers because she's a little horny like honey devil monster. And then oh yeah, by the way, go teach some kids and then like talk about manga for a while. I don't know, man. It was weird. And then they had like 3 recap episodes.
Yeah, it was a tough go.
One of them was an OVA that was a recap, you know?
I don't know. I didn't watch that far. I stopped before that.
I mean, I'm just saying like Dr. Stone gave me a bunch of Dr. Stone stuff. Mm-hmm. That time I got reincarnated as slime, I don't really understand what it is.
I don't know what to tell you. I watched the first episode of Dr. Stone for season 2. Stone Wars.
Tell me about it.
I liked it. It was a good time.
Whoa.
It's very Dr. Stone. They're like, what are you going to make, Dr. Stone? Mr. Dr. Stone? Guess what they made?
What they make?
Ramen.
What? That's our podcast. All right, everybody. That's our special show of the week. Dr. Stone.
I was like, they already made ramen. They made instant ramen, dude. They literally made instant ramen. I was like, yep. He kept calling it space food, and then I was like, oh, you're making cup of noodles, dude. Settle down. I mean,
it's space food. Come on.
It was very involved, but I was like, oh, cool. And then he explained why they did it. It was like, it's for us to have, be able to save food and, have nutritional meals during winter, which is coming or whatever. Fucking Game of Thrones over here. And they're talking about their plans. They're trying to get remember that? I don't remember what her name was, but at the end of season 1, they had that recording of the girl singing a song.
Yeah.
So they're gonna try. Their new plan is to play that song, and then they built a second of like a radio to pick up the signal. They're gonna play it for the other the bad guys, troops or whatever, and also have he's a mentalist. The guy, I'm talking about the weird. What is he? A sorcerer? No. Oh, psychic. The psychic kid.
Yeah.
They're gonna have the psychic kid. He changes his voice to sound kind of like the girl and make it sound like it's an audio recording from the United States to let everybody know, like, hey, the world's not completely destroyed. Settle down. Help is coming. To kind of trick them, and just long enough to beat the bad guy. And I was like, wow, that's a good plan. It's not gonna work because it's.
Because it's an anime and it's going to go on forever. And
exactly. Yeah. So I was just like, but that is a good plan. So, but it's good. I'm probably going to keep watching it. I remember there was a lull last time I watched Dr. Stone. And then that last half, it really ended really strong, especially with the stuff with his dad or whatever. I was like, I really enjoyed that. So
yeah. All the space stuff.
Yeah, space stuff was cool. Now that we're not back at space, but maybe we'll see the other characters, Dr. Stone Jr. and,
That's
Mrs.
true.
Dr. Stone.
Yep.
What else? I also watched season 2, episode 1 of Cells at Work. It's just Cells at Work. Like, it looks great.
We're back in it.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's just a cute kind of slice of lifey, learning about the body kind of show.
It's fun.
What did we learn about in the first episode, Juan?
It was I don't know what it was called, but it was the platelet was like the story was about the platelet becoming like strong and working hard, and he did a good job. I don't fucking know.
Somebody bumped their head or something.
Yeah, they got like a bruise, and then they were like, they had to. What do they call him? Backwards hat. Like, that's just his name because they're all platelets, right?
Hey, backwards hat. Way to save the world from that bruise.
I like how he was just holding like a bunch of little canisters that hold the goopy stuff that he's just like, and he can barely hold them up. He's like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm training. I don't want to be a burden on anybody. Like, I'm just not strong enough. And then he like dives to his dad, saves the day, and then their master with like the baby Bjorn gives them all medals. I was like, this is great. This is a great way to start the season.
It's very sweet.
We'll talk about platelets later for
we will
for Cells at Work Black, but I like it. Like again, it's not like revolutionary, but you can turn it on and kind of chill out, and it's fun.
I mean, they kept the same kind of intro where it has all the different actors that are singing their little parts of the song.
Yeah.
And it just immediately feels like you're back at the first season with new content. So it's top notch if that was your thing.
Yeah, it's for sure. It hasn't reinvented itself. It's still good. I do like the first intro better just because, I don't know, something about that.
Sure.
Yeah, but this intro is fun. It's good. It's good stuff. Good stuff. So yeah, that's the anime I watched. I also watched a couple other shows that were like spin-offs, but like I don't remember them and they're not worth talking about by accident. So yeah.
Well, Promise Neverland. We want to talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, we're on episode 2.
Is it time for us to spoil episode 1?
No. Yes, absolutely. Fuck it, let's do it.
All right, cool. So yeah, it picks up immediately where the first season left off. The children are now outside of the farm. There are other ones that are back at it, and we say the farm instead of like the orphanage or whatever the fuck you wanted to say in the first season.
Yeah,
we're just gonna call it the farm now because there are a lot of farms, but that's like the farm where they came from. You could also call it Gracefield if you feel like getting specific. Name, yeah. So it starts out with them running away from a demon. We're in the middle of this. We don't know what the fuck's going on. And then it cuts back to right after they slid down the thing. And Mom was like, peace out. Good luck. I'm going to die now. And then, went and got killed. So it doesn't cover everything, which I thought was kind of interesting because right away they get into the whole stuff that was kind of missing, the little details there where it gets into, hey, check it out. This is Mr. Minerva's
Check out this fucking pen.
Yeah, it's like a science pen that like shoots out a projector screen. And I'm like, okay, well, this came pretty suddenly.
You should have seen me. I was like, what the fuck? I was so confused. Like, what?
Yeah, Norman figured a lot of shit out with that. Yeah.
Well, we also get a flashback or whatever, I think, at some point where it's just like, hey, look at all this stuff. I go, fuck you. Fuck all of you for, making me feel like I had missed this huge thing. I was like, no.
I know. I thought that a couple of things were handled weird like that. I think that it would have been better to show that,
like, look what
do
this
a
does.
flashback beforehand.
Yeah.
And do like hey, let's take a look at this pen. And then pop it open and you go, what the fuck? And then it goes back into it instead of kind of like showing you everything. And then they talk for a while. And then it's like, by the way, here's what happened. All the kids brought the books that had owls on it. And the owls have little circles around it that have Morse code for different little things for them.
Which also for a second threw me for a loop because like I remember like, yeah, there was a time they were talking about books or whatever, and it wasn't. I mean, I watched the first episode, then rewatched the first season. I was like, oh, that's right. They didn't make a deal about this. They didn't make it. It wasn't.
No, that's what I was surprised about.
Yeah, I was like, oh, they just brought all the books with them. I was like, okay, I guess. And when it comes to the pen, I remember you saying like, hey, you got the pen, but I was more like, with the pen, there was also like a piece of clay that had like the engravings of a key, like that was given to him. I was like, I thought that was the big important thing. I didn't know the pen was super huge. I also didn't know the pen had a fucking projector and computer inside of it, which is fucking wild.
The pen is the key.
Yeah, but I didn't know.
Yeah. No, exactly. It's like, it's a whole thing. And then those books are all just different kinds of nonfiction and fiction books. I think it's mostly fiction. And they made a very clear point of anything that has Minerva's owl on it, we should take and make sure to pay close attention to because it could help us out. And quickly they realize in the show that, oh, hey, these little things over here, aren't these like the sea anemones in this thing? So shouldn't they have like water in them? They look just like the description in the pictures and whatnot. But what I thought was interesting is later on in the episode, there are these like tree roots and stuff, these like vines on the floor that the kids get stuck in and that winds up being a little thing. It never explained that. And I was really surprised because what happened in the anime, it goes through pretty much everything else and adds more details compared to the manga, except for those roots, which I thought were important, but apparently they're not. Maybe it'll cover it later, but so far, 2 episodes in, we haven't heard anything about them, and they've been hanging out underground where the roots are for a while. So essentially, they're these vines that in the book they had. It was an adventure book, and there was a period where there were like these snakes that were on the wall, but you're able to like control them in certain ways, and they respond in different ways to whatever you do with them, so they can like tense up and tighten, kind of think like quicksand or something. So these roots are also like vampire root type things. We've already addressed that there are vampire plants in this. They call it specifically that because it's cooler than saying like carnivorous or like blood sucking or whatever.
I think we see them in season 1 for sure, and they're not explained until episode 2 of season 2, and I was just like, cool, like they are given a name and like what their purpose are, but we've seen the flowers before. So yeah, I was just like, okay, cool.
Essentially they explained that those vines are kind of like quicksand. They were snakes in the books, so they react in different ways, and they like grab onto you in different ways, and then you could like, if you release your tension, then it'll let you go and whatnot. I believe. I mean, it's been a long time since I read it, but they didn't cover any of that. And I remember making such a big point about these vines and that they were like, we're fine down here. You know, sometimes other creatures will come down here too because they get caught, and like their defense mechanism lets them, you know, get through it. Mm-hmm. And yeah, they're in the caves by the end of the first episode, and it doesn't really go over that. I just thought that was interesting. But
sometimes you got to make some cuts, man.
Yeah. Essentially, we go through it. We get to learn a little bit more about the puzzles behind stuff, but it very quickly switches to, but we're just surviving. Like, we can't go fucking anywhere. We're getting chased by demons, and then it cuts off at the end of the episode with a little bit more demon action going on, and a little spooky scare.
Yeah.
You know?
And then, you know, we're not going to say what happens in episode 2, but I will say in episode 2, I feel like there's a huge reveal, and I was like, wow, that's massive. I can't believe they brought this up at such a quick, so early in the season. I didn't expect
when Emma goes in and is like very direct, like Emma and Ray.
Yeah. She's like, hey, what's the deal? And the guy goes,
yeah,
this is the deal. And they go, that's the deal? Holy shit. They told us.
I know.
It wasn't just like, I feel like a lot of animators like, oh, well, I don't know exactly the thing, or I'm not the person to tell you. This person's like, I know exactly what's going on. Let me tell you exactly what's going on.
No, he didn't say that. He's just like, that's not true.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, how do you know? And he's like, I mean, I guess I don't know, but that's what literally everybody says.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, that's still, I feel like, really huge, at least for this show. And me as an anime watcher, I was expecting not to get answers until, I don't know, 6, 7 episodes in. It's like, episode 2 goes, here you go, bitch. This is it. This is what it is. I mean, I don't know.
Don't worry about it, dude. Promise Neverland has so much more going on that you're going to come up to. I don't know how far this season is going to go. I keep saying it. I'm going to keep saying it. But I'm interested in the pacing of things because I feel like next episode we're going to progress to the next story point, and it's going to be like out of the forest. Like, cool. It's going really fast because in episode 2 there was a time skip, but it's not clear about how much time there was because it happened so just like boom, we're there, we're doing it.
Yeah. Well, I know that in the intro, like, you know, you watch it, they look older, so there's a time skip. They're letting us know there's gonna be a time skip, so I know it's gonna happen. I just, you know, I'm curious to see, you know, what happens in that time skip. I
think we already did the time skip.
There's I think there's still another one, honestly. Like, because they don't look completely the way they look. They looked older in that thing. I want some of these kids to fucking die, dude. I'm waiting. There's a lot of them. A lot of them can fucking go. I'm waiting.
I'm just not gonna tell you what's gonna happen. But I will tell you that there will be death, but there's gonna be more near death than death. Bro, let's just put it that way.
Just want some death, man.
Yeah. It's not Attack on Titan levels of like travesty after travesty, but it is fighting to survive, you know?
Well,
it's got some twists and turns coming.
We're excited about Promised Neverland. At least I am. Go check it out. If you haven't seen it, sorry, we just fucking spoiled it for you, but
yeah, that's on you, honestly.
Yeah. We've been talking about the show for years.
Yeah, and we've been like, oh, we don't want to spoil anything. Like, leading up to this. It's great. They're doing a great job.
Go watch it.
I still prefer the manga, but the show is just as good. Like, it's fucking incredible.
You're doing yourself a disservice by not watching it. Go be a good anime fucking watcher and go watch it. And then go watch some shit anime that you love. We don't fucking care. Just go watch a good one at least.
Right.
All right.
And then I've also watched Non Biori.
How is that?
It's nice, dude. It's a good chill time. It's like I'm right back in it, boys.
Is it the same year? It is, isn't it?
It feels like it's
the same year. I fucking knew it.
I still can't tell exactly, but yeah.
I fucking knew it was gonna be the
Well, it
same
starts
year.
out with like Renge playing her flute, and I'm like, I can't tell if this is like a year later flute or if this is just like.
Has she improved? Have her skills improved? Is this?
I mean, it starts out and she's literally just like blowing a note, and now she's blowing several. So like,
yeah, but Renge is also amazing, so she could do anything. Have you seen her
Exactly.
drawings,
Dude?
I'm like,
I know.
Look at the fucking drawings this kid's got. That's cool. I had a feeling. I think that's just gonna be non-ambiguous thing. They're just gonna never get older.
I love that. That's awesome. And then finally, Attack on Titan.
Oh yeah. Whoa.
So we got to see the Warhammer Titan.
Ooh,
I'm not going to
finally.
spoil much, just in case people haven't seen it yet, because Attack on Titan is such a like hot button show.
Yeah.
At what point are we just going to be like, hey, we're just going to spoil this?
By the end of the season, I think we have.
Okay, end of the season. So we won't talk about anything, but we will say we got to see the Warhammer Titan, and some stuff happened. And if I watched this at like Anime Expo or something, the audience would have gone fucking nuts right before the end of the episode. Like, last episode ended with a, oh my god.
Oh my god. Yeah, and this episode ended with like a holy shit, and then it just went off.
Well, yeah, I could just imagine the entire audience screaming and squealing and be like,
and not being able to hear anything. Yeah, and be like, I can't hear what they're saying.
Just ringing like, yeah. It's good.
What was I gonna say? Okay, don't want to spoil anything. That's like massive, but I do want to talk about a certain character coming back, and then people on the internet being upset with it for a reason. And I think you know what I'm talking about, right?
I don't know.
Okay, so I've been seeing a lot of stuff in this episode. All right, here it is. Here's a little bit of spoilers. We see Mikasa, right? She's back, and a lot of people online are upset with her design. And they're like calling her. They're saying she looks too manly. They're calling her man Kasa or whatever to be dicks.
Dude, what the fuck part of the internet are you on right now? Because I hate that.
It was, I don't know what, it just popped. I think it was on Facebook. Like it was on Facebook.
Facebook is a toxic fucking portal of hell. I hate that place, man.
But it was like a Facebook link to some sort of anime other thing. You know, like,
I don't care. Facebook link, like
okay, time out. It's not Facebook's fault. It's not their fault.
It's Facebook's fault.
It's not. I'm trying to say is like there are a lot of people that were upset with the way she looked because they're like, oh, a lot of people are saying like you ruined my best girl, blah blah blah, all this stuff.
You made my best girl better.
People were showing like images of like the actual manga from the actual scenes, the frames, to the ones that they did in the anime, and they're pretty fucking spot on.
Yeah.
There's a little discrepancy, I would say, with maybe her chin and her lips in a certain shot. Well, for a second I was like, huh, that is who I think it is. And then I go, you know what? It doesn't fucking matter. They've all gotten older, so their bodies have changed, you know. And then I saw someone comment like besides Reiner and Eren, everybody's design done by Mappa is garbage. And I go, that's fucking bullshit. Okay,
yeah, go fuck yourself. That's how it was in the manga in the first place. And like Sasha's a million times like, look at her. She looks awesome.
I was like that's for sure. Sasha. We saw it with Connie, right? It's like saw like, oh dude, his hair grew out. Good for him. You know, fucking
Jean's always gonna look like a fucking loser.
Yeah. I was just like, you know what? This is we even got we got to see the boys. We got to see Levi. We haven't seen
big old coconut boy.
But he's there. I feel like he's there. But what I'm trying to say is like, I think people need to settle the fuck down.
Yeah.
About like, especially, insulting like her gender, right? Like you're like calling her a man. Like, first of all, she's always been a very fit and athletic character. She's yoked, bro. She's got abs for days. So yeah. It doesn't surprise me that if she ages up, she just becomes maybe a little bit stockier or a little broader. But guess what? She's still a very, well-drawn woman. Like it baffles me that people are upset about that, but they're not upset about the proportions when it comes to women's chest and breasts when they're like,
it's because they're just like young girls pieces of shit, man.
Yeah, making young girls super sexy or making, just like shit like that. But they're mad at like, oh, you made Mikasa too buff. It's like, shut the fuck up, dude. She looks great. They all look great. And if you really want to get upset, go watch fucking season 2 of fucking One Punch Man. They fucked up. They absolutely fucked up.
Okay, yeah. I understand people being critical of Mappa for this season of Attack on Titan because it's very different, and they're not familiar with any of what's going on.
Yeah.
But it's not Mappa's fault. Like, the only thing that Mappa's really doing that's different is some 3D animation that I think just comes down to where they wanted to work with their budget and what they wanted to emphasize. Because there were a couple of points where there are 3D models of humans that looked very obviously like kind of out of place to me. But who gives a shit? Like,
but there's
it looked good.
Way worse, you know. Like
yeah.
I'm not a bit, you know, I'm not the biggest fan of 3D anime. I have come around to it in recent years.
We've gotten used to it, you know.
We've gotten used to it, yeah. And
shout outs to our studio boys, Orange. They are killing it over there with Land of the Lustrous, Beastars.
So Mappa, when they do when they have the Titans come up, it does every now and then. It takes me a second to adjust to it, but it's not.
It's fine. It looks fine.
Bad. It's fine. Like it looks okay. It's still a great show. So if you're upset about the way she looks, get over it. It's fucking boohoo. It's you're being too critical of something stupid. I mean, that's also coming from the person who criticizes. We're critical of everything because we have nothing else to do. So
yeah, honestly, if we weren't critical on the podcast and everything, we're just like, it's pretty good. You guys should give it a shot. Like, I don't know if that's fun.
I think absolutely. It'd be boring as fuck. I mean, again, these are just our opinions. If you're upset that they ruined your best girl, we're sorry.
I'm not.
Yeah, fuck you. Oh, don't send any fucking hate mail. I don't want to fucking. Send it. We won't read it. I don't give a shit.
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, man. Well, have you come around to the intro?
It's fine. You know what? I like the song more than I like the visuals.
Me too. I've just gotten used to it. The visuals are repetitious, and I don't care about seeing them. The song just it's a jam. You know,
I think my favorite part of the song is the end part where there's like the little bit like the singing comes in, and then it has the dun 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 like that. Like that's my favorite part of it. Like it's fine. Like it's not my favorite Attack on Titan song.
No,
like intro, but it's not my least favorite.
What is your least favorite?
Oh, I don't fucking.
I think it might be your least favorite.
This one?
Yeah.
No. What's the?
Because they're all pretty good.
Is the intro to season 2 Sasageyo?
Yeah.
What's the? Oh God.
It's one of the ones from season 3.
It has to be because
I mean, there's
Sasageyo bops, but I do not. But I do hate season 2 Attack on Titan for so many reasons.
Yeah, but it had the like. Look at these dinosaurs and bees and hearts.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Since we're talking about intros, I wanted to mention. I honestly, Trip, I really like the outro for Promised Neverland. I don't really care for the intro. Like you said, you were the other way. Like love the intro, fuck the outro. I think I like the outro a lot more than I like the intro.
Here's my thing. I like both of the songs so much, but I don't give a fuck about the visuals for the outro.
Okay, all right, okay.
That I want to make that very clear. Like, I liked the intro more because the visuals felt more like an intro. But the outro is just like kind of bland and generic in my opinion. Yeah. Still very good. I think that they did an excellent thing because with Promised Neverland, they did a smart thing that other shows I don't think do as well, where the intro doesn't reveal much, and then the outro lets you know, like, hey, these new characters you met at the very end of this episode, at the very last second, the outro is about them. They're going to be important. We're not going to show you anything new, but we are going to show you that they're important characters. Where if they're in the intro, you're like, clearly they're important.
They're in the
but
intro.
Who the fuck are they? You know, it's a whole different perspective versus the like reveal of, oh, look at these people, and now the outro is about them. I really appreciated that, but I still don't care about the visuals. As far as it feeling like a unique thing that I should praise. I mean, you could look at like all different kinds of intros and outros and find examples of like, oh man, these stand above the others because of their soundtracks, but these are because of their animation that goes with the music and the theming of the show. Like, you know how Beastar's intro was very like claymation and a different style and stuff?
The stop motion thing.
That's the kind of stuff that I'm like, yeah, you put in extra effort to do this. You could tell that it's like different visual representations of the characters and that they had a whole plan for if this is a different world, this is kind of what it would look like. You know, that kind of stuff versus what they did for the outro, which is essentially just still shots that pan.
Right. I get what you're saying. You know what? I think my least favorite intro for Attack on Titan has to be the season 3 intro. I think it just sucks ass. I think
I'm with you.
Listen to them again.
I don't know what it is,
I think
but
it's
I'm with
season
you.
3. Yeah, because Sasageo Pops, the original one is really good, and this one, that shit's fucking great.
It's pretty good. You're gonna listen to season 3 and we're like, that's good too, man.
Fuck no. Okay.
I mean, maybe, I don't know,
but there has to be one I like. There has to be one I like least.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna say I love them all the same because I don't.
Oh no,
I have favorites. Yeah. Okay. So Attack on Titan, the final season is fucking great. Go watch it. We'll keep trying our best to not spoil stuff because eventually it's all gonna come out. But having a great time. So
cool.
That's
I guess all the anime that I've been watching. So
yeah. And this week we're not going to do news because
we are doing news. I got pieces of news for you. Fuck you.
Shut the fuck up. You promised you didn't have news.
Shotgunning it. Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid S is going to air in July 2021, which brings back Kyoto Animation to the seasonal anime gang. So that's going to be cool. My teen romantic comedy Snafu Climax is going to be there's going to be a new OVA coming out. So that's exciting for fans of my teen romantic comedy Snafu. Blue Period is going to get an anime adaptation. People absolutely love this. Very excited about it. And finally, the biggest piece of news, save the best for last. Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba movie Mugen Train is going to be released with the dub and sub simultaneously internationally.
Cool. Don't care, but great.
We did it. All right, cool. I'm down to talk about a fuckload of anime. What about you?
Do it, man. I'm fucking ready to go.
You guys, here's how we're breaking it up. We're going to talk about winter 2021 anime stuff. We're going to start out with Crunchyroll. We're going to roll into High Dive, and then we're going to go to Funimation. And these are where the anime are hosted. There's also like stuff that you can find on Amazon and Hulu and whatnot, but we're just going for these. Funimation has a lot of crossover with Hulu, but not like all crossover.
Right.
I think HBO Max has some shit. Anyways, it's all over the place. We're starting with I Start You, made by Lay-duce. They've done Oh Maidens in Your Savage Season, Our Love Has Always Been 10 Centimeters Apart, and Release the Spyce. Now, this is based off of a game. And I also put descriptions, just in case you didn't already see it, I put descriptions of each show based off of their My Anime list, descriptions, synopsis, so you can kind of remember what show sounded interesting. What do you want to say about this show, Juan? How are you feeling?
I don't like it. It's a bunch of idols.
What?
And they're a bunch of boys. There's too many of them. You know how there's always like a giant group of characters, like a cast of characters. Like, oh, this is gonna be hard to pick your favorites. But this show, it was huge. It was like I feel like the entire episode was just them introducing all the different parts of them. They go to school, they're idols, something like that. This is how little I cared about this show. I am not going to watch this. I don't recommend anybody watches this unless you like idol shows.
Yeah, it's very much an idol show. That's all that it is. It's just a generic little idol show. It's got lots of idol boys that start out as absolutely nobody, and they kind of have to figure out why they want to be idols, which I think is such a stupid whatever. Fire Phoenix is the name of like the group or whatever.
In your head trip, you're like, unless these idols are also zombies, I do not care. Keep it pushing.
No, because I also watched the like Witch Idol show or whatever. Remember that was a show that I talked about a bit.
The Witch Idol show.
Yeah, man. They all like remember they had to like whistle and they like
you're right. They were idol. Yeah. Oh, that's right. It was like the Harry Potter show that turned into an idol show. Yeah.
This season, there's actually another show that I'll talk about later that I'm interested in seeing more.
Yeah. I know exactly which idol show you're talking about. I was like, this show is actually not that bad.
I was like, huh. I don't know what just happened. Gotta see next episode.
So maybe you shouldn't write off all idol shows. But in this case, this is just a generic idol show.
Get out of here. I also watched 22/7. That's another idol show. Get the fuck out of here with this.
Is that the one where they had like the giant stone that told them stuff?
Yeah,
the wall, yeah. And the walls just like break up. You're like, okay, I guess we're breaking up.
So yeah, I-Chu, not inspiring for me, but if you want to see some hot boys, I mean, check them out. And if you're into the way that they look, you might be into the way that they sound. It might be the show for you. Idol shows need like a hook for me.
Yeah, this wasn't it for me.
Yeah, like Review Starlight, that had a hook. You know, this, nah.
Yeah, you're right.
Hey, Heaven's Design Team. You know that show? It's on Crunchyroll.
I do, yes.
Heaven's Design Team is made by Asahi Production. They've done Medaka Box, Orefuro, and Merman in My Tub. And, sorry. It's actually called Orefuro Merman in My Tub. My bad. And Secret Princess Himegoto. This is based off of a manga. And I had a fun time with this, but not even close to as much fun as I would like to have when I'm watching an anime.
I actually like this one. I like the way it looks, the character designs especially, like the fact that like
it's kind of like a cute soft style, but like cartoon.
Yeah, and people got like their little wings on their back or like the frilly wings on the front and stuff. It's about people, the angels in heaven who create stuff for animals for God, and like usually it's super wacky, and then we get a little snippet clip about like the actual animal, like they invent the giraffe, and they invent what else they invent. Whatever the animal is that gets in a little tiny pod and it's like armadillo, kind of like an armadillo. I don't know what they're called.
Yeah, they went over an armadillo.
Yeah. And it's like
an anteater.
Yeah, and it's not like one whole story. It's like little chunks of different animals. I enjoyed it. I liked like I said, like the way it looked, like the animation. I had a fun time with it. I don't know if I'm going to continue to watch it because there are other shows I like more, but this one's on the list of. I could probably turn it on, kind of like Cells at Work, where like I can just kind of watch it. And like,
I was gonna compare it to Cells at Work. It feels like it's that like somewhat educational but like goofy anime stuff going on.
Yeah. So that's what I have to say about it. If you like Cells at Work, maybe you'd like a show like this. If you don't believe in angels and stuff, or maybe it's not for you. I'm not very religious, but I was like, cool, this is a funny idea, I guess.
It doesn't. The whole angels demon shit doesn't matter at all. As far as it goes, it's the whole idea of like how if somebody were to have created these creatures, how would they have come about the thought process? This,
Yeah. I did really like the joke of the like old man that created the horse, and everything he makes is just he tries to make a horse again. He's just like, come on, man. And then they talk about why a Pegasus won't work. It's like their fucking wings aren't strong enough, and it's like, please, like he really wants it to happen. So yeah, it was. There's some funny bits in it. I liked it. I'll let you know if I keep watching it. But right now it's kind of like on the bubble of if I'm actually going to be like committed to it.
Yeah, man. I'm with you there. It's chill. It's whatever. Yeah, it feels like nothing.
Chill show, yeah.
So next up, we're going to talk about ABCIE or ABC. I don't remember how it goes. ABC Working Diary. It's made by Fanworks. They've done Agretsuko, Honobono Log, and Please Take My Brother Away. Some of our favorites.
Mm-hmm. This one's about the what is he? He's
he's kind of like an axolotl like duck thing. He's not like an actual creature.
Yeah, and he works at a TV station, and it's like his first day on the job. This is a short show, by the way. I think it's like less than 8 minutes. I think.
Yeah, I want to say it's like 3. It's a very short show.
It's very short. Yeah. I thought it was cute. It was sort of funny. It had me laughing at it like a little bit. This is another show under the category kind of similar to like the dog and cat life is always fun from last season, where like I'll probably watch this because I like the way it looks. I think it's pretty, but I don't expect it to be amazing. It's probably something I'm just going to turn on and be like turn off my brain and like watch.
Yeah, it kind of gives you some behind the scenes of different aspects of working at a TV station. Yeah, it's chill, it's mellow, it's whatever.
Yeah, it's not. I don't know if it's for everybody, but if you want a chill time, this is like a chill show, I guess.
Yeah. Next up, not as chill of a show, The Hidden Dungeon Only I Can Enter, made by the studio Okuruto Noburo. And they've done How Not to Summon a Demon Lord Season 2, and that's like it, man. This is based off of a light novel.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah, so this one is our first sexy show of the season, I guess. That's the way to put it. Yeah. There's some kid who winds up like getting the most overpowered abilities of all time, and he can use more overpowered abilities when he like hugs and kisses girls. His master is chained up in a secret dungeon that only he can enter, and she's unconscious, but she could communicate to him telepathically.
Yeah.
Yep.
We talked about this before, and it's been like I was trying to tell you, like it has been. I'm not going to say the phrase. It has been a very long time since I have seen just a very shameless panty shot. Like, when I was younger and watching anime, I felt like it happened a lot more often. So when it happened in this show, very quickly, our main character's gal pal, like, he's just sitting next to a rail, and the wind blows up, and we see a very clear, unnecessary panty shot. I go, what is this? Are we in is it 2003? What year is this kind of thing?
Dude, it's just ecchi.
There was a lot of like, yeah, but I've seen ecchi shit, but but it's like ecchi shit has just changed. I feel like this was like dated ecchi shit.
I guess that's true.
Ecchi shit has matured. Okay, they've come a long way. But there was like the point that really killed me was the amount of wetness that the kisses had, like the spit and the saliva, and I was like, you know what, this is gonna be a pass for me. The fact that he has to like have contact with women, whether it's a hug, a kiss, or whatever, for him to recharge his mana is like the dumbest thing ever. And it's for those people who like have like that, like, oh man, oh girls, that what I'm talking about, those people who fantasize about this, they want to be this guy, this fucking dude. It was something else, man. He tricks his sister into hugging him and to get more experience. I'm like, ew, no, I'm not watching arc 2 of fucking Sword Art Online. I can't do this. It was funny though. I think I do like his power. Like in reality, like if I had his power, that's sick as fuck. Like it's the ability to edit shit.
Essentially, it's just to do anything you would like to do.
Yeah, but he's broken. He's just broken. Which I feel like is a motif that we have for this season. There's plenty of broken characters.
They're all like these fucked up, like overpowered isekai things. I don't give a shit. Yeah,
I want to go to isekai, and every time that you go to isekai, like, you're just a normal person, but when you die, you restart your life. That would be a good power. Someone should do something with that.
I'm with you there, man.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna watch this one, and I'm sure you're not watching it either.
Yeah, no, we're absolutely gonna pass on that personally. And now on to another isekai, which there's gonna be a lot this season.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a Spider, So What? Made by Millipensi. They've done Berserk, Copcraft, TQ. This is based off of a light novel. I've read the first book in the manga series, and I don't know how to feel about this show. I went into it expecting to like it because I enjoyed the manga, and I was also curious how it was going to work out, because one thing that I noticed with like Promised Neverland, for example, in season 1, the characters have to talk out loud in order to communicate things instead of it just being in their head, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's essentially what we do for So I'm a Spider, So What? This is like a one-man show type situation where there's a girl and she winds up like dying or whatever. Suddenly she's a spider and she has to figure out how to live as a spider.
Mm-hmm.
It has very video gamey, like, you are a lesser like arachnid or whatever the fuck they're called. I don't remember what they're called. And then she levels up and like learns new abilities and gets like poison resistance and stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Since it's all her doing stuff solo, she is carrying the show by making us feel all the things that our main character is supposed to feel. This is the same chick who's worked on so many other shows and is like a major voice actress. She's done Medaka and I don't know, like a whole bunch of other things. I could look it up, but I don't want to right now.
Mm-hmm.
Killing it, doing a great job. I don't really care about the animation, and I feel like it's going a little bit slower than it needs to go. I thought that we would have been at the point where we got to in episode 2 at the end of the first episode, because there's not much going on. I'm gonna keep watching it, but I can drop it any episode here. Like,
yeah.
I'll watch episode 3. I've watched the first 2 episodes.
We've been hearing about the show for a while, and I know that you had liked the manga. You would tell me about it when you bought it at Anime Expo.
Yeah,
and I read it at the airport. So I was kind of looking forward to this too, at least to give it a shot. I'm not huge into isekais. There's just so many of them. I'm just like, I'm kind of burnt out. But I was
then
like, this
you
one's
never
a little
know
bit
if you're
different.
gonna get,
But it starts off and it gives me very big like slime vibes, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. It's just the way it looks. I think it's really ugly.
It looked better in the manga.
Yeah.
They use a lot of 3D animation that all looks fine, but you get tired of it quickly.
Yeah.
I guess.
And at the end of that first episode, they introduce other characters that I'm assuming she's going to team up with. And I go, you know what? I think I'm going to check out. Like, I don't think there was enough there for me to kind of stick around. If it does get better, for some reason, let me know. Maybe I'll come back to it. But I don't think it was enough to keep me around.
And I'm with you 100%. I expected the show to be a little bit better. It didn't quite deliver. In the first episode, we saw her fight little lizard boy. Is that what it was?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, she fought a little lizard, and then she wound up killing it.
A frog or something.
Yeah, frog.
That was kind of fun. I did like that because, like, she was getting hurt with the acid, and at a certain point, she's like, "Oh, cool, I'll gain resistance," and she ends up like eating it, and it's just like it's disgusting. I was like, "Okay, cool. There's funny bits in it. There's parts where like she ends up eating her own like siblings, and she gets the title of like cannibal or something like that." And I'm like, "Oh, fucking brutal," because she does have that gamer mentality. She's expecting it to go one way, and it goes that way, but kind of askew. So that's kind of entertaining. But yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah. And in the second episode, humans are like burning down all of the spider webs so that they could get through. They were trying to get a rock dragon's egg or something like that. I don't know what it was called. And that is going to be another character in the show is like a rock dragon. So I don't really know what's going to happen with this whole situation, but she like tries to eat the egg and realizes, oh my God, this dragon egg is like super tough. What's going on?
It's a rock.
And
so
and it's a dragon egg. And I think those are naturally just very hard to break into. But by the end of the second episode, she levels up in a way that gives her two different like transformation points. Like, so she could spec into different classes. She could either be like a small spider or just a different kind of lesser spider. So anyways,
yeah,
I don't know. I'll see. It might be good. It might not be good, but it's a fuckload better than the next show. Dr. Ramune, Mysterious Disease Specialist. This is made by Platinum Vision. They've done Servamp, Devil's Line, and Kono Oto Tamare, Sounds of Life. This is based off of a manga, and I never want to watch this show again, man. I was in it, and I was like, yeah, let's see some weird, mysterious, like, I don't know, maybe some, like, mystical shit? No. A little girl started crying mayonnaise.
Yeah, but not only mayonnaise, she cries other condiments, too, like salsa.
Yeah, but it starts out and it's like, I cry mayonnaise. And I'm like, what the fuck? Don't ever say those words. And the whole episode wound up being about that. And yeah, then it wound up being like, yeah, I also cry like soy sauce. And then they're like, okay. And have a whole collection of all the different condiments that she cries. Fuck, dude. It looked fine. It didn't look that great though. They went with like different visual styles to sell bits. Like Dr. Ramune was like cry laughing and stuff and had like a very set chibi kind of thing going on. I don't know. There were just parts of it that I didn't really enjoy. Regardless of a little girl crying mayonnaise. Because, by the way, because her parents pressured her into being an actress and then she couldn't express any of her real emotions, so she bottled everything away to save it for the stage, and somehow she's crying fucking condiments because of that.
Yeah.
Awful show. Second episode, I read because I was like, fuck this stupid show. I gotta find out more. Is about this dude whose dick turns into something weird.
Okay, cool. We should watch this show. Absolutely. No, yeah, you told me about it beforehand. You're like, dude, this is the worst. And it wasn't until I started playing it that I was like, oh yeah, this is one that oh, she's crying mayonnaise. It's just a bad show. I don't want to watch it either. I don't recommend it to anybody either. I like sometimes.
No. I want everyone to like never ever experience this. I feel like me saying the disease is enough, you know?
Yeah. Not a good show. I'm gonna hard pass. So.
Hard pass.
And this is your personal like least favorite.
That was my personal least favorite show.
We were talking about like I was talking about one show that I think's the worst of the season, and you're like, well, there's two shows way worse than this one, but this is the one you hate the most. And I was like, huh. if we did still do like Kyle's Trash Corner, I might have just even given him this one, even though there's a worse show out there. Like this one's just really bad though. Too.
It just made me feel like shit.
Yeah.
Next show. Objectively the worst show of the season. It broke Gibiate's record of being the worst rated anime. I think since then it's gone up. Don't know if it should have. X-Arm, made by Visual Flight. They haven't made anything else, and this is based off of a manga. And dude, I had like some fucking whiplash in the first 2 minutes of this show. It was like 2020, and I'm like, okay, that's last year. And it was like, this guy's gonna destroy everything with energy balls. And I was like, okay, that's weird. It was like, don't worry, 2014. And I'm like, oh, okay, so this show actually takes place in 2014. It's like, yeah, anyways, 2024, like whatever the fuck. And I'm like, okay, so that, why do we need the context of this? I hated it. I mean, I'm sure that they're going to come up with why we needed the context of everything, but man, it was pointless. What it winds up being is this dude's dead and his brain has been preserved in some kind of a robot box, and he's able to share consciousness with the body of another robot girl. And I hated every second of it. Not because everything that I've said sucks. You know, it sucks in its own right. The animation quality of this was just like PlayStation 2 era shitty cutscenes. Like
it was non-existent essentially. Like it
was horrible.
It was the ugliest thing I've ever seen. My notes for it's just in all caps so fucking bad. I remember texting you because you had told me like, hey man, X-Arm's getting bad reviews. Like really? So I watched it, and within 3 minutes I had to text you like, dude, my eyes hurt. Like I don't know, like I don't know if I should keep watching this for my own fucking health. Our main character, his body's full CG, but like there's a shot where like other things are 2D. So like in the same shot, one thing's 2D and the other character's fucking CG, and they're interacting, and like there's no way I can convince myself that it's seamless. They did.
When you told me that, I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about, man?" And then when I saw it,
and you're like,
and yeah, because everything had been like 3D or whatever up until that point, and then suddenly they're in this dude's bedroom. Main character's in 3D. His brother is 2D. I'm 2D like, how is the brother not a main character? And then they killed him. Yeah. So, like,
and it's like, then there's like when he dies or whatever, there's like the part where like he's saving the girl, and the girl's in the background being bullied by like other dudes. Like they don't even move like his mouth. She's just like, but she's like, it's like, it was horrible. And then we get to the future, and there's like the AI robot thing or whatever, and it's fighting. It's like doing slow-mo, and it's dog water. It's so bad.
Okay.
What's the part that kills me though, was, you know, I don't understand how this got promoted so much, you know, because like this is based off like a really popular, I don't know if it's like a book or manga or whatever, but it's like something that people were like looking forward to, like, oh my god, X-Arm is so, like the hype. It's
based off of a manga. I don't know why the hype was massive. I think it's just one of those things that every community is going to have like loud voices if you're in the right place, you know.
And it also sucks that like at Anime Expo virtual whatever, like I saw this get a lot of promotion, and it is horrible. It's like one of the worst things I've ever seen. This probably would have gotten like Kyle's Trash hands down.
It's probably going to be the worst show of the year. It's already in the contender for like worst of all time. If you're down to ride a sinking ship, please check out X-Arm. Otherwise, do yourself a favor and don't even consider it. I don't think it's worth wasting 3 minutes just to see the really bad visuals. It's just, it's bad. It's real rough.
Yeah, hard pass. Never want to see that again.
Next up, something that's not as horrible. Still not great, but whatever. Wave Let's Go Surfing, made by Asahi Production. This is based off of something. My anime list didn't tell me. It's just like other. So I didn't want to look into it too much since whatever. This is real. Like, I could have been really into this show. But instead I'm just like, not interested at all. It's about this guy who has a crush on a new kid in town who's a really good surfer. Mm-hmm. And this dude's the main character's best friend is also a surfer. And for some reason, because he's crushing on this new guy real hard, he decides to try surfing, even though he says he doesn't know how to swim. Mm-hmm. And his friend has always tried to get him to learn how to surf, and he's always said no. And then instead of being like, hey, friend, could you get me to, like, surf so I could impress this guy? Instead, he was like, hey, guy, teach me how to surf. And then his best friend is like, bro, what the fuck? Mm-hmm. And very quickly he's like, oh, I just want to learn now is all.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is the writing is not top tier.
Yeah, I think it just felt kind of plain. It didn't really care for much of anything, like any of the development of the characters and stuff. And the 3D surfing, just kind of looked bad because it's 2D and then they surf and it just doesn't look that good. It starts off with,
but it was okay. Like I could look surfing past that if it was written well,
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, it wasn't great.
Yeah, it wasn't good. There's a better show that's kind of like surfing, but like on land.
We'll get to that later, I guess.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. Just watch that on Funimation. But yeah, I'm not gonna watch this surfing show, which sucks because I was kind of looking forward to it because I haven't seen the surfing. Actually, that's not true.
We've watched a surfing movie.
The movie, yeah,
but
which was good.
Oh, it was so good.
Yeah, this one was
sweet.
not good.
I like that song. I know you don't like it, but I thought it was just a sweet. Oh man, what a good movie!
Sing it.
What's it called?
What? Ride your wave.
Yeah, Ride Your Wave. Yeah. Oh, I don't remember. I just remember them like laughing and singing it together and like just playing a little. Oh, it's cute. Anyways, Idols made by Shinei Animation. They've done Sweetness and Lightning, Teasing Master Takage-san, and Doraemon. This is an original show, and they've done some good stuff. This isn't one of them. You already talked about this before we started recording.
But. We did. Because I said something and you're like, hold on, like, and you're like, give it a second. So here, I'll go first, and then you can do your rebuttal, I guess.
All right.
The little bit that you said.
We'll see how much it's changed.
So this show's about 4 girls who are idols, and they can't sell out a concert, but their goal is to sell out a massive concert within a year. And it's 3D animated. It's also motion captured, and you can tell it's motion captured, just because of like the way it looks, like
because of the way that it is,
the way it's animated, the way it's shot and stuff. And as someone who's done motion capture before, like, even actually, I don't think you need to know about motion capture, but you can see parts that aren't right, like hairs intersecting with stuff, clothes intersecting with stuff. The hand gestures aren't that great.
Which that's kind of just a VTuber style thing.
Yeah.
Like it looks like a little bit better than that.
And the thing is, yeah. I feel like the motion capture idea is cool. That's awesome because like great, they're using this technology for stuff like animation. But it's like it feels unfinished. It feels like they didn't go in and like touch it up and make it look better. The audio also I thought was really bad in this show. It sounded like they recorded it like in a closet, and maybe they did because like a COVID and stuff. They could have.
One of the things that I liked about the show is that the audio, instead of it sounding like a TV show, it sounded more like you're hanging out in the room with them. That's one of the things that I liked, is that it felt like a more personal experience. That being said, it was only 8 minutes long too, so it's also, it feels like it's like they put a lot of effort into a part of this, and then they didn't put any effort into anything else. They were just like, yeah, let's get some rigs set up, let's get this whole mocap thing down, and then they checked out.
Well, let's talk about the audio. Like, I was like, okay, cool. I don't like the way it sounds. The quality isn't the best, but I guess it makes sense. It does give you that feel like you're with them. And then we get a talking tiki for no fucking reason, giving them advice. And then, it ends. It ends with them like doing their poses and stuff. And my biggest like kudos was, hey, at least it's short. Like, at least it wasn't like super long. At least it's in and out and you're done.
It didn't overstay its welcome.
Yeah. And somehow it still manages to be better than X-Arm. Like, it's just like, I think
by a long shot too.
Yeah, you watch X-Arm, you watch this, like, yeah, I would watch this a million times if we're watching that show again.
Yeah.
And that's just how bad that other show was. So yeah, I just like it has that incomplete feeling because of the motion capture. And I don't know. I mean, I agree with what you said earlier that it's cool that they're using this technology. I think they still need to make it better before they start producing stuff like this.
Oh, for sure. Like, because we had already watched something similar to this. We had Kyle watch one of the shows that they've done, but I don't remember what studio it is, but there are already studios that are doing things similar to this where they're kind of like ad-libbing stuff. And then animating over that with 3D models.
Right.
This is like a weird other step in like some direction from there to where it's scripted, but it feels casual and like a stage play kind of. It was interesting. Not interesting enough for me to keep watching by any means, but I'm really intrigued and I want this to go somewhere. This whole like genre, I want it to blossom into something new and interesting and cool. Because if you look at the course of television to where there were a lot of shows for a long period that all had laugh tracks, and essentially it's like a stage play, but it's written for television, right? Mm-hmm. So you go there, you watch these people act out this scene or whatever, you laugh at it, they use the laughs so that you feel like you're there watching live in a way. This feels like, and then of course we got like more cinematic television later on, and this is similar to like that raw experience of a stage play while being anime. And I don't know, I'm just interested to see what they do with this weird genre of mocap stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it'd be cool to see it blossom into something good. I don't think it's at least this doesn't lead me to believe that it's there yet.
No.
I guess they have to do stuff like this, get trials and errors and see the response to people is before for it to improve. It just would have been cool for it to be better, and it wasn't better. But I agree. I wouldn't be opposed to see things be done like this as long as it has a good story and it's animated well or whatever. So
cool. Finally, the last show on Crunchyroll that is new this season, I guess. Mm-hmm. Wixos Diva Alive, made by JC Staff. They've done Toradora, Food Wars, and Angels of Death. This is based off of a card game. Mm-hmm. And it's a spin-off of an ongoing, like, think of it as Yu-Gi-Oh!, but then we get like a subgenre Yu-Gi-Oh! Thing to where Wixos is a, I don't even know if I'm saying it correctly. Maybe it's Wixos or something. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
It's a card game, and we've had all these other shows that are about it, but this one is like a diva aspect to it. So there's like, it's an extra level of all these girls like cheering on the main girls in an audience. Like everyone's a girl. There are no dudes.
Yeah. It's like an idol show. It's like an idol show of this card game.
The audience will vote for like winners and like power them up or something. I don't know. It's a whole bunch of weird bullshit.
Here's the thing that I wrote as my notes, because it is a game. They're playing this card game against each other. They're also performing against each other. Mm-hmm. I wrote the game doesn't make any sense. Like they're not.
It's
making
like
it
watching
clear.
Yu-Gi-Oh, but you don't know what the fuck a trap card is. There's like, ha, gotcha, and you're like, but why?
They're like, hey, level up or whatever, or gear up or something. It grazed. I was like, what are they doing? Whose turn is it? Why did you get to do that attack, but then they didn't do anything in response? It doesn't make any sense. And then, how was it? I think the animation doesn't look that great, and what I'd like
it was fine, but
the voiceover I feel like is like really bad. Like the voice acting, I just like it was. I don't know. It was just bad. Like,
see, here's the thing. I think it was just cheesy because it's like a kids show and it's about a card game.
Is it a kids show? Because of the boobs?
That's what I don't know. The boobs were fucking all over the place.
Massive. They were,
but
huge.
It felt so childish.
This one of the girls that joins the team, the diva team that that she needs is one of her friends who's really good at diva but doesn't want to play online. There's like kind of like Yu-Gi-Oh. Like you can play with your friends. But you can also go and play with the big screen and monsters and stuff. So she's like, oh, I don't want to play. And she's kind of, quiet and stuff. And she gets tricked into joining the team. And like, she changes her outfit. She had the world's biggest hits. Like, I was like, for a second year in fucking high school, middle school. I don't know. It was just, that's what really threw me off. I was like, who's this for? How,
I don't know.
How are they promoting their game?
I mean, maybe it's like a My Little Pony thing, you know? Maybe it's like, it's a My Little Pony thing where it was for kids. And then at a certain point, they realized a lot of like weird dudes watch this and they make it a little bit more towards them in some way and like references to their community. But instead of it being references to the like brony community, it's just huge tits.
It just,
because that's what it feels like. You're watching it and you're like, oh man, that woman's breasts are all over the place. And then it changed angles and I was like, her boobs just got bigger.
Like, there's also a part where they change angles and they are intentionally covering her breasts. Like they censored it out. I'm like, why was it okay a second ago? But now at this angle, you have to have something purposely in the way to cover her gigantic tits. She did have gauntlets, which are pretty cool. I did like the gauntlets.
Yeah, she was doing like cool punch shield magic. I mean, punch support is tight, no matter what. Like,
yeah. You're right. Great show. 10 out of 10.
It had rad things about it, but mostly I was confused. And then these like junior high school students had massive breasts for no reason. It was just bizarre. And like, I wouldn't bring it up unless it was a focal point. It's very much a focal point in their outfits and the framing of each shot.
The reason I really don't get this is because if they are promoting their game or whatever, why aren't they doing a better job of explaining it? Like, actually, no, that's not true. There are plenty of shows that promote games that do a fucking half-ass job. What was that, Shadow something, where the guy's like, my grandpa got me a cell phone, even though the grandpa doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. He's playing this game. And I was like, it was like bootleg Hearthstone or whatever. It was just so bad.
Yeah.
This show sucked. I'm not watching this.
Another show that you might not watch is on High Dive. We're on the High Dive section right now. High Dive has a redo of a healer made by T&K. They've done High School DxD, School Days, and Blade Dance of the Elementalers. This is based off of a light novel. I know, right? Elementalers. Ooh. Dude, when you started watching the show, did you go into it with any expectations at all? Did you know anything about it?
Before I hit play? No.
When you hit play and you just saw like a naked woman, where you're like, oh, okay.
No. That's not what happened. No, that's not what happened. When I hit play, the first thing that happened was a big old thing popped up on my screen and said, this is rated MA. And I was just like, all right, boys, we're fucking in it. Like, we did it. I don't know what's going to happen, if it's going to be brutal murders.
Well, because Hypnosis Mike last season.
Here it happened.
Hypnosis Mike was rated MA, but it's only because it says fuck.
That's exactly what I was like. So I don't know what I was in for.
Now we're just
that was
tricked.
The first thing. And then the next thing that happens is like, naked chick. I'm like, for seconds, and then it's gone. I go, what did I miss? Here's the thing. Here's this show. So it's about a dude who his power is to heal stuff. He's a hero. He heals stuff. But also when he heals stuff, he like takes people's, and it's not very clear, but he can take their XP, maybe even their power and abilities, and he can like make them his own.
It seemed like he learned how to do that at some point.
And he learned how to do that because when he heals someone, he goes through the excruciating pain that they would have felt. Like he regrows someone's arm who's been chopped off, and he passes out from the pain and the memories and all that stuff that happens. So I think as time passes, he's learned how to do this, where he can touch someone, heal them, and then he gains something from one, which is their abilities, their XP, and their powers. So again, he's just super OP, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And like the thing about this show too is that it's not just that he's overpowered and whatnot. He is essentially like a healing slave. He's a heal bot. Essentially, we just get like a Rising of the Shield hero type situation
within like because Rising of the Shield hero like did a good job of like pacing.
Oh yeah, the pacing.
Out, right? Yeah. This show within like 20 minutes, like less than 20 minutes, I want to say 5 minutes, was just like we found out that he was physically abused, maybe even sexually abused.
He became a drug addict.
They made him addicted to drugs, so he would do their bidding and heal them as they saw fit, because he didn't want to heal people anymore because it hurt him so much. All this happens so quick, and then he defeats the Demon Lord, and then he uses the power for the Demon Lord to go back through time. By the way, that's a power he acquired now. He can heal the thing and go back in time. to the beginning of his life to relive his life and get revenge on these people. And then I was just like, you know what? That's not a bad idea for a show. Like the premise was like entertaining. Like because he had like this evil look in his eye. And I'm like, oh my God, is this a bad guy? Like, is he evil or whatever? And then we see the people he's fighting against, like, oh, they're obviously evil. And he's not bad, but he's not good. He's damaged and hurt and stuff. I'm like, okay, that's cool. And then there's all the sex stuff. And I go, oh, okay, well, that's what.
Yeah, these people come in, they're like, I'm gonna rape you. And he's like, very cool. I would like the sex. It's no longer rape. And then he takes their power and tricks them. And then I'm like, is it rape again? This is just like not a good time.
Yeah. That's because at first it was just like, she's throwing herself onto him. And he's just like, I don't want this. Right? That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
But in his monologue, internal monologue, because this already happened to him in the past. So he knew this was going to happen. Now that we're seeing it happen again in his internal monologue, he's still playing, oh, I don't want this. He's like, this is exactly what I want because I want to touch you and take your experience or whatever. And then
because they also have the special power from that other show that we talked about. When they fuck a hero, they get some power for it.
Exactly. So he's like, he's farming them, right? Like he's like,
so they're trying to farm off of him and then he's farming off of them. Oh my God. What a dumb fucking...
So we see a sex scene. She comes in. She gets fucking naked. It's censored, by the way. You fucking pervs out there trying to get a fucking peep. It's censored.
I was surprised. I was like, why? Why though? Why if you're showing rape pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, might as well show me some dick and boobs. Anyways, and then he does this thing and he says like, he just kept fucking them. He's like, I just kept doing it night after night. Like all the maids. He fucked all the maids. Yeah, man. I think at that point I was like, you know what? I think I'm not gonna watch this. I think I've tapped out. As much as I want to see him, get revenge with these horrible people that did horrible things to him, I don't want to see the things that have to go along with that. Like I don't want to have to see him just fucking random people all the time. And it's not that I'm against that, but I don't. I think we've said this plenty of times. If I wanted to watch hentai, I would just go watch hentai, right? Like why would I? I want to watch anime. I expect to watch anime. I don't want to mix those two worlds, especially when we're talking about it for the pod. So it's like, this isn't for me. Like, if this is for you, cool, have a good time. The tits are massive, by the way. Just
if that's a thing you need,
yeah,
it's there. The animation was all fine. It was
it was a lot better than I thought it would be. Like the fight with the demon lord, I was like, this is actually pretty entertaining. Like he's blipping around, he's like running through shit, he's healing himself while he's taking damage. Like that's actually done pretty well. But yeah, still not enough. It's not good enough. If it was like, say that level of animation was as good as like Azoken and it had this story, I might watch it. Like that would be like, yeah, oh, man, it's gorgeous. I have to see this horrible thing, but it's not. So I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's not all there. All right, cool. So we're done with High Dive. You guys don't need to watch High Dive this season. Turns out you're fine without it. Funimation though, honestly, if you're trying to keep up with anime this season and you don't have Funimation,
it's gonna be hard.
You're gonna change your mind, man. This whole fucking season is on Funimation.
and I want to make a point real quick. We shit on Crunchyroll and Funimation and all them all the time, but I really did not like Funimation. Like fuck them. They do everything wrong.
But the reason that we don't like them is because of problems where you can't even watch stuff in the first place. Or sometimes their players take a long time. The subs don't work. The subs are behind.
The browser on the fucking web browser shit.
There are a lot of issues. It's difficult to navigate in different areas. It's just constantly full of problems.
It was. You text me, you're like, why is it like that? And I go, maybe it's because they know we can't go anywhere else. Like. They have the simul dub or whatever. We have to go to them. So they're like, fucking deal with it. And we do. We deal with it. And the worst part is that this season, there's like really good animes on Funimation. There was good animes last season on Funimation too.
I've been watching a lot of Funimation these past few seasons.
Which is crazy because I remember there's a time where you didn't even have Funimation.
No, there was no reason to have it because no shows on Funimation were interesting to me.
You just had Crunchyroll, and I remember I had Funimation. I was like, dude, I like the dubs. They got the dubs. And then all of a sudden, there's this shift, this very slow glacier shift where Funimation has everything, and Crunchyroll is fucking drowning. It must be hard being the powerhouse of anime, honestly.
It must be.
You can only win so many championship rings before you got to get an L in there. So I don't know.
Steam has been blown, man.
I remember I think we were talking to Kate about good shows.
Yeah.
And we're like, yeah, that's on Funimation. That one's also on Funimation. This one's also on Funimation. And I know Kate doesn't want to invest in Funimation or whatever.
Dude, I've told her. She's like, I fucking hate Funimation. I'm like, look, dude. I hear you. Juan hears you. You gotta get Funimation.
You gotta. There's some really good shows.
It's time.
They're only there. You should be watching, honestly.
We're gonna start out with one that a lot of people really liked. I don't really know how I feel about it. Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation, made by Studio Bind. They haven't made anything else, but the animation quality is pretty damn good. This is based off of a light novel, and it also kind of starts out feeling like that time I got reincarnated by a slime, or as a slime, with a very different plot.
Yeah. This is an isekai. I always have to have that. There has to be something that makes me hooked because I'm really over them. I'm really done.
Yeah.
There has to be something. The thing that this one has is it looks really good. It's almost it shouldn't look this good, but it's about a guy who dies and then he gets reincarnated as a child and it's all, what's the word? He's narrating it. He's like, this is when I did this, I did that,
and he remembers his past life entirely.
Yeah, and he's the son of two new ex-adventurers. One was a mage and one was a swordsman or whatever, and he has to learn, where he is in this world. He's like, oh, I'm just in a fantasy. He's like, I'm just in an old-timey world. Then he finds out he's in a fantasy world. He finds out magic exists, and he's good at magic and really fucking good at magic. He gets a dope witch to come teach him how to do more magic, and he's just the fucking best at it. I don't know, it looks really good, and I didn't hate it, and I feel like I might give it some more episodes, but I'm kind of conflicted. I don't know where the story's gonna go. It might just be this the whole time, which might not be entertaining, but it looked great.
The part that worries me is the main character.
Yeah.
Not about his powers, about his new life. I'm interested in all that. I kind of they have this whole thing where his parents are still young, attractive people, and they have sex all the time, and they're very affectionate in front of each other. They also have a maid, and they're always having sex. They're really loud, and nobody seems to care about it, which I thought was interesting. That being a part of the world, I'm okay with. This is a different world. This is a whole thing. I thought that they were really doing some interesting new world building, albeit it was far sexier than I expected it to be. But our main character is a huge goddamn pervert. He's very clear about that. He's ogling his own mom as a baby. Yeah, I'm going to get to breastfeed. This fucking rules. I'm glad my mom's hot.
He's wearing panties on his head. He is checking out his maid, his new teacher. He also mentions all the time about yep, died a virgin, sucks dying a virgin. So yeah, I did notice that too, and I don't want that to be an overarching thing, but it feels like it might be.
See, the last couple of sentences in the My Anime List description is, but despite his innocent exterior, Rudeus is still a perverted otaku who uses his wealth and knowledge to make moves on women whom he could never make in his previous life.
Yeah, no.
So
that
that's where I'm
honestly, and that just very clearly tells you who this is for. If you're a fucking loser who's a fucking virgin,
whoa,
hey, let me finish. Always wanted to make the moves on girls. This is for you, man. You fucking live vicariously through this fucking guy. He's got it going on. And his dad is hot as fuck.
Okay, so his dad is hot as fuck. One of the things that I really liked about this show is that they have incantation magic, so you have to say your spell in order for it to be cast. But he's so naturally good at magic, he finds a way to, on accident, he doesn't realize it's a big deal. Yeah, he does it shorthand, and he doesn't
do it at all.
He doesn't even do it at all. So he starts out not doing it at all. Then he was casting it, got distracted, and accidentally cast it without finishing his spell. So it was oh shit, you're actually super good at magic. I liked that, but what I really liked was that the mom was like, fuck yeah, he knows magic. I'm a magic chick. This is awesome, dude. We're going to teach you some magic. It's going to be dope. And the dad's like, man, what the fuck? This fucking sucks. Like, fuck that. I want him to be a fighter. And they're like, well, let's compromise. How about he just does sword fighting and magic? And I'm like, yeah, multi-class motherfucker.
Like, hey, you promised that if it was a boy, he'd be a swordsman. It's like, yeah, but I didn't know he'd be good at magic. You know what else I liked about the magic? I liked when the teacher came in, like, was explaining, like, hey, there's different levels of magic, and she was explaining the tiers of them. He's like, I can do up to about this tier of magic, you know? And he's over here, he's like, bro, you're gonna be out here doing fucking legendary magic and shit. I was like, you know what? That's cool. I like that added component of how magic works in this universe. But again, man, he's a fucking virgin pervert otaku who's out here using his wealth and his power to talk to women. Maybe he beds them. Maybe he marries them. I don't know.
I would absolutely watch this if it wasn't so like in your face about how horny he is. And I don't know.
I might watch this. Fuck it. Let's watch it. This is gonna be our fucking show this season.
All right, let's give it another shot. But yeah, if you're not into that kind of thing, just it's not for you. But it's way better than it has any right to be.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I agree. That's exactly how I feel about it. I don't know, man. I am curious to see like how, you know, because that last sentence that you were saying about the like how bad it actually is.
I know, right? I don't know if that's just like a weird hook. It can't be as bad as
fucking what's his name, the dude from High Dive and Redo Healer. Like it can't be that bad.
No, no.
That's like the worst. That takes the cake. So, but I don't know. Maybe it just becomes too cringy or some shit like that or uncomfortable. I guess we'll see. It does look really nice though.
Cool. Something that also looks really nice but is not. Cells at Work, Code Black, made by Leiden Films. They did Love and Lies, Himegoto, and Yamada-kun and The Seven Witches. This is based off of a manga, and this is like all the bad stuff that happens to your body cells at work. We're talking smoking. We're talking drinking. We're talking sex. Like, that's
the bad things.
The bad thing. We're talking like TVMA stuff is pretty much what they're going for. It's a much bleaker life inside of this body. It starts out introducing us with a new red blood cell, and it's like, okay, here, check it out. Watch this training video. And very quickly we learn, yeah, that training video is old as fuck. This body sucks. We gotta go now. We don't have time to like dilly-dally. Get this blood from here to there. You gotta take the oxygen, baby. Yeah. So it was wild to start out. They're just sprinting through all this like cholesterol, and they get to the lungs, and it's like all leaky and oozy, and it's lots of blood cells die. Like,
I want to see what can I say about it? I liked this. Like it was.
I'm gonna keep watching the fuck out of it.
It was entertaining. Especially because it's just like it's the opposite of the cells at work that we watch, where it's like, look at these cute little platelets. Oh my god!
It's even made by a different studio.
Yeah, and the thing is, so what I want to say is like it doesn't. It looks good, but it doesn't look as good as cells at work. Like cells at work with the studio that does that, like it's fucking.
They're gorgeous, very different styles for very different shows that share the same like world universe.
It's interesting because like even though I don't think this one looks as good as the people that do cells at work,
I'm more interested.
It still looks really good for what the story that's being told. Like it's fitting for the situation that we're in. I really liked the platelets in this one because they're not like little babies. They're like they're like kids, you know. They're like gruff kids.
Yeah.
The killer T cells are like fucking busty women. I was like, this is entertaining.
Yeah, that's fun.
I'm absolutely having a good time with this show. I for sure think I'm going to keep watching it. Yeah,
I really like that they have slightly different clothing too. So like the platelets in the regular cells at work, they're all wearing like big ass t-shirts and like little caps and whatnot. And in cells at work Code Black, they're wearing like nightgowns.
Yeah. No, I really also like the red blood cells on cells at work, they have like these normal looking hats, right? And then like the cells that work on the red blood cells like on fucking Code Black have like these black patches or whatever. Like they're two paneled hats or whatever. I think that's what they look like. But
Something like that.
Their differences. I'm assuming, I don't know this for sure. The guy that does Cells at Work also does Cells at Work Black, like the actual manga.
I haven't looked into it, but that would make sense. I mean, it's probably not that hard to make a spinoff without being the writer or whatever, because you have an idea of what the world is, and you're able to take these character designs and then slightly alter them for a new body. Yeah. And all bodies function the same, so as long as it stays the same within those two worlds, it's interesting. I'm really excited. I liked the first episode, so when I watched the second episode, I just got more excited about the third, because the third is, we're trying to get our guy to come. I just think that's fucking hilarious.
I do remember, is this going to be, it's not full 12 episodes, right? I think they're miniseries, right? I think they're like, there's only 6 episodes for both seasons. For Cells at Work Season 2 and for this one. I think. I'm not, you can't quote me on that, but I don't think it's actually like 12 episodes long.
Man, it sucks I have to just quote you on that.
I think. I'm not, please don't quote me.
I won't.
Okay, thank God.
Okay. So let's go ahead and talk about another show, because honestly, there's not much to say. It looks good. It's just about like a fucked up body and all the workings inside. All the different parts of your body, all the different cells and whatnot are humans, and they carry out their functions in human-like ways instead of cell-like ways. Anyways.
Yeah. I mean, it's also very educational, so like...
It's chill. Kimono Jihen. This one's made by Aji Do. They've done How Not to Summon a Demon Lord, Death of the Last Witch, and Descendants of a Bookworm. This is based off of a manga, and this, man, like, if I was 13 or something, I would have eaten this show
I am 13. Okay, I'll tell you that right now. I fucking like this show. It's about a boy that's like half demon or whatever, or he is a demon. And he's in the body of a boy or something like that. Anyways, things get killed the fuck up. He gets shot in the face. At the end, he gets a super cool new outfit that makes him look. He looks like he's a member of some Pokemon gang. You know?
Yeah. I was like, oh, so you just get this fucking lit costume where you're wearing like a little like
with like gloves.
You're wearing a vest hoodie that has like a skeleton on it with red gloves and like these weird ninja sweatpants. I don't really know.
Like, dude, it's great because the guy, you know, he's like, yeah, just grab anything. I gotta go do something quick. He's like, here, grab this, like in his office. And I was like, maybe it's like the Lost and Found or something. Who loses, first of all, a dope ass outfit like that? And then second, when the other 2 kids come in and like I was like, oh, maybe it's one of their outfits, because like one of the kids has like a spider web on his vest. I go, I'd be fucking pissed if someone's wearing my dope ass outfit. Anyways, yeah, it's about a dude. I guess is it Mystic? I don't know. He had like a tail and his finger turned into a gun. I like this trip.
He's a Tanuki man.
Oh, is he? Okay, that's what he was supposed to be. Okay. It's dumb. Like they're just like gonna be fighting monsters, hopefully, and you know, doing shit like that. I enjoyed this. I know that I had a feeling it wouldn't be 100% for you, but I really got a kick out of this, and I'm excited to see more of it.
There were a lot of parts of it that I actually really liked. The dialogue just wasn't doing it for me, and I felt weird at how much our main character was washing this strange man's back.
Sometimes you gotta wash a boy's back. No, was it the main character? I thought it was No, it was, yeah.
It was both of them.
It was both of them. Damn,
both boys washed the Tanuki man's back. And after the first boy, he was like, may I please request a second child to wash my back? I don't know, man. Like, and that's what happened. The second child did it. It was like,
dude, that's just
Japan. Even though he was like washing his back all this time, later on, he's like, hey, I got something to show you, but I have to pull my pants down and show you my butt. And then I'm sitting there and I pause it and I'm like, what the fuck am I getting into? Yeah. Pressed play, and a little like fucking droopy tail pops out, like a little Tanuki, like a little bump. And he could have for sure just pulled that out of the back of his pants instead of showing his ass. But he's already like bathed in front of this fucking kid. We've already seen his ass. Just like they didn't show it to him. Yeah, I don't know.
Finger turned into a gun. Trip. Need I say more?
And it spins around, and it's very cool, and he shoots the head off of demon dogs. Yeah, I watched it. It was dope.
We also shot a young boy in the fucking face.
But there wasn't any blood or anything. The show was very like, hey, this is for like teenagers or something that are like still transitioning between being a kid and being an adult, and they need like a little bit of that element of it, but not all of it. It was still like a pretty solid premise. I would have watched it if I liked the dialogue more.
All right, man, fine. When I'd have my birthday party and it's fucking skull vest themed and ninja pants, you're not invited.
Okay.
Fine.
That's understandable. You know what, man? I appreciate that. Parties are very hard for me.
I'm gonna keep watching this though. I think I'm gonna have a good time.
Hell yeah, dude. I hope you do, because like,
thanks.
It seems like it's pretty fun, honestly. They're just gonna be like solving all these different detective mysteries, trying to find other demons to kill. It's chill.
Or find other little boys to watch your back.
Yeah, whatever. It's all the same in Love and War or whatever. Hey, another isekai. You want to talk about it?
Sure.
All right, cool. Let's talk about bottom tier character Tomozaki. This is from the studio Project Number 9. They've done things like, isn't it? I don't know.
No, it's not. I don't think it is
yet. Sorry, everything that I'm about to say right now pretty much is. They've done And You Thought There Was Never a Girl Online, and they've done Choyoyu, High School Prodigies Have It Easy when even in Another World, sorry. And finally, Didn't I Say to Make My Abilities Average in the Next Life? And this is based off of a light novel. This is about the like worst kind of gamer that exists, I think.
Yeah. He does that. It's the Super Smash Bros. The anime. This one's about the guy who is really into it is just Super Smash Bros. He's like playing with some fucking guy at a club, and he's really good. He's like super high ranked, and then he meets the person who's the second highest ranked, and it happens to be this girl he goes to school with, and she's disappointed in him because he's a fucking total loser, and he's just like, life's hard. This game sucks, especially when you're like not a top tier character like me. And she's just like, I'm gonna teach you how to become a top tier character like me. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I don't fucking care about this.
I don't give a shit. Yeah, this kid's like, life is awful. I only like video games. And then he meets the second best player or whatever of Smash Bros. He's the best. She's the second best. And she
no name. Yeah.
Yeah. She shows him how good she is, and he's like, damn, you're fucking cool and I suck. And she's like, yeah, you suck. Fuck you. Get better at life. I'll teach you how. Think of it like a video game. You get stats from doing this stuff. You gotta act the part. And I'm like, no, fuck this. This is how you teach like a little fucking weirdo kid how to like become social, because they're just treating everything like video game stuff. Like, oh, this isn't cool. I just want to play Banjo-Kazooie. My name's Chris Triplet. Yeah, man, that's the anime. I mean, maybe you're into it. I don't know. I'm not. I don't need that. I already know how I feel about life and video games and all that shit. And like,
I didn't like the premise. I also didn't like love the way it looked. If you like this, that's fine. It's just not. This is gonna be a pass. I think from the both of us.
But something that's not a pass. Skate the Infinity, baby! Made by the Studio Bones. They've done My Hero Academia, Mob Psycho 100, Bungo Stray Dogs, and a bunch of other stuff that we really love. This is an original anime, and god damn it, is it fantastic. When I grew up playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater, all I wanted to do was skate. I didn't have a skateboard ever.
Had wheels, just not the board.
This show is rad. It's just over the top radness at all times.
It's like, yeah, it absolutely is a Tony Hawk game. It's about a new kid in town who is from Canada, or Canadian. He's half Japanese, and he's a snowboarder, and he doesn't really have.
But that's not skateboarding. I'm in a skateboarding show.
And then we meet, we also have another main character who is like super into skateboarding. He's got like the hair. He's fucking going on a downhill race. Someone threw firecrackers at him. He like busted his arm. And he works at a skate shop, and you could tell skating's his fucking life. They both, end up together in a scenario where they have to work together and deliver a skateboard to an underground race that's going to happen. And it's like funny how serious skating is taken in this universe, because like there's people who are like reputable like owners of businesses, and there's like, yeah, I'm the calligraphy guy, but I'm also a skateboarder. Call me Cherry Blossom. I was like, yeah,
like
that's your
we're all
skateboarder name.
underground. We have some badass names and stuff. It was, and there's like a weird sexual tension at all times too.
Oh, yeah, so,
I don't know what's going on, but I'm in it. These boys are hot and they are skaters, and that's all I need. I am sold.
Just, like, the intro was going through, like they're introducing the characters or whatever, and they have like, you know, interesting-ish names, and then there's Cherry Blossom, and then the guy for that, this guy like half his shirt's off or whatever, and he goes, his name is just Joe. I was like, oh my god, Joe over here. But yeah, there's, what was that guy's name? I don't know, but he's got like the face paint and the long tongue. It's just like over the top. It looks fucking gorgeous. It's clean. My biggest concern with this show is maybe the story isn't going to be good. Like,
I mean, it seems stupid.
Yeah, that's what like maybe the story doesn't land, but
it's
visually, fun. The character designs, the universe that we've been. There's this evil villain with the giant wall of TVs watching all our boys skateboard. He's just like, yes, yeah. It's fucking.
Well, it's like an illegal tournament thing called S. They keep calling it S, and it's just the downhill skateboarding race.
Well, What's funny is that, like, you know, they have the pins, or they have to get a sticker to get in. I'm positive it's gonna spell skate. I'm calling it, dude. There's gonna be a K, an A, a T, and then whatever letter comes after T to spell skate.
It's a true Tony Hawk type of story, man.
It's great. Skate the Infinity.
It's great.
Fuck yes, 100%.
100. Yeah, I'm super excited to see the second episode of this. There's a whole bunch of shows that I'm super excited to see the second episode, but I've pretty much committed to only watching the first unless it's something that I'm already pretty familiar with. So anyhow, definitely check out Skate the Infinity for its really like poppin' colors and style, but don't take it too seriously, otherwise you're not going to have a good time.
Not gonna have a good time.
All right, this is actually like another isekai type thing. Suppose a kid from the last Dungeon Boonies moved to a starter town made by Light & Films. This is based off of a light novel, and essentially it's exactly what it sounds like. This kid lives in the hardest layer of the world, where all these like super monsters and stuff are, and then he moves to like the starting area, the like weakest area. And everything he's doing,
a warrior or something.
Yeah, he's got to like train up. Everything that he's doing is like super basic shit. And he's amazing at it. And he's blowing people away. He's like, oh yeah, sure, let me just go do this really quick. And then he does it. And they're like, how the fuck did... Whoa! Wowie wow! Like, the whole show.
He's like, I'm sorry it took me so long to get here. I got here in like 3 days or whatever. And it's so embarrassing. And she goes... That's pretty good for like a chariot or a train or whatever you take. He's like, oh no, I ran here. And she's like, what? And he's just like, yeah, the old man in my village said it'd take him a couple hours. Fucking sad. It's just like, he's like, I think at one point he cleaned something with a towel, and it like,
yeah, he like polishes everything. It. Yeah.
And he's just like, how did you do this? Like, oh, I just put like little magic in it. It does a quick seal on it. Like it just, erases everything, all curses. And like he saves this chick that has a belt tied to her face and the curse is lifted. I was just like, this guy's just the best at everything. That being said, I don't hate this show.
Oh yeah, no, it looks really good. It had like some fun humor. I just don't care about it.
Yeah, that's how I think. That's how I feel about it. Like there were some funny bits in it. I really like the way it looks. Yeah, but is it going to get boring because the joke is just always the same thing? Him averting expectations, him being like, well, I'm kind of, a loser and I'm not, from these parts and kind of stuff. And then him blowing people out the water. It's probably just going to be that for a very long time, which could get boring. So this is another one that's like on my, hey, maybe I'll watch this. But yeah, it was something. There's some fun bits in it.
Solid maybe on that.
Yeah.
So I don't really know how to talk about this next show without just saying that it is my favorite show of the season. I like it even more than The Promised Neverland and Attack on Titan.
Wow.
Based off of the first episode.
You know what? Oh, I really hope it's good, because if it's bad, trip. what are you gonna do? Fall back on Attack on Titan and Promise Neverland? Okay.
Oh man, yeah. But I'm gonna talk about Wonder Egg Priority. Wonder Egg Priority is made by Cloverworks. They've done Promise Neverland, Rascal Does Not Dream of a Bunny Girl Senpai, and Darling in the Franxx. This is an original show, and that's one of the things that keeps me very interested. Whenever we do get an original story that's entirely unique, it's very exciting. Where Skate the Infinity, it feels like it's doing its own thing, and it is an original show. It also feels like it's something that we're somewhat familiar with. We've seen other shows that are kind of similar to it in some ways, where it's just like over the top ridiculous stuff.
Yeah, bombastic, yeah, for sure.
Wonder Egg Priority is one of the most surprising shows, I would say. Based off of that name, you know nothing about the show at all. I go into it blind, completely blind, and I almost want to recommend people to do that. But I'm going to go ahead and tell you a little bit about the show. First off, it looks incredible. The way that everything was framed from the very start of the show, I knew that we were watching something different. I feel like they took so much time and care to make people interested, and then kept being like, yeah, but check it out, we have even more stuff going on. And it just snowballed into this amazing psychological thriller slash
mystery, yeah,
like action.
Survival.
I don't even know how to explain it. It was beautiful. The character design, pretty rad. It's like kind of moe, but also the settings that they're putting aren't necessarily like moe type settings. A lot of people are comparing this to like Madoka Magica and Flip Flappers.
Yeah, that's what I got, those vibes. Yeah,
it's very Flip Flappersy because it seems like it's going to be a show where people keep entering dreams. Because in the first episode, we're exploring the main character's dreamscape and some fucked up stuff that happened to her. And she would like to do that going forward. She would like to go into other people's dreams and try to help them deal with their trauma, essentially. It's interesting, man. It is. I don't know. It starts out, she's talking to a dead beetle in the middle of a crosswalk, like essentially saying like, I'm sorry, and then puts it to rest or something like that.
Yeah, she buries it, and then it comes back to life and starts talking to her.
Yeah. And then it leads her to an escalator, like down to a subway. And then in the middle of the escalator, there's a giant pit, and she falls into it. And then she's in this weird dream world. And then it goes on for a little bit. And then she's not there, and then she is there, and then some other stuff happens, and then she's for sure not there, and then she goes back there, but it's not there. So,
yeah, it
looks so good. I'm like, the second that it started, I was like, I gotta see where this is going, and then I kept wanting to know more.
Yeah, no. So the thing is, like you said, it looks amazing. The premise is really strong. Like more than anything with this anime, it's like it doesn't matter if episode 2, doesn't look as amazing. I'm more interested now on like what's happening, what's going on. Like I'm super intrigued. I'm invested in to see what happens with our characters. What is this universe? What are all these strange things? What's with the eggs? And then on top of that, like it's a plus that it looks amazing. I will say there was times where like I felt like, because there's 3D animation in it, and it kind of makes sense, and like it happens when she's in the dreamscape, and it's pretty scary. By the way, there's blood in this. It's not for all ages.
It suddenly, like, it went from being okay, cool, this is an interesting like kind of dream drama type thing. I don't know. She's being bullied by these kind of like creepy girls that have pixelated faces. I don't really know. And then suddenly it turns into, oh, this is like a survival kind of horror dream.
Yeah, it's scary. So,
there's blood. There is like real damage that happens.
Yeah, there's some dark topics, some dark themes. So it's not for everybody.
Yeah. I mean, it deals with suicide in the first episode. I will go ahead and say that as like a trigger warning for people if they need it,
Yeah. But it's like really interesting. Like it's got a bunch of stuff going for it, and but I don't know where all that stuff is going. So that's why I'm like, I've hitched my myself to this wagon to see where it takes me. It looks great. And more importantly, there's a green beetle I got a Green Beetle tattoo. My tattoo is now an anime tattoo.
Hey,
Boom.
way to go, dude! You did it.
We did it, boys.
Just
we
had to wait a
did
little
it,
bit. One thing that I think made me immediately realize how captivating this show was is that at a certain point I was like, I haven't said anything. I was watching it with Kyle, and normally we'll start talking about whatever show.
Mad shit.
Oh, that was fucking rad. That was so cool. And the whole time that like interesting things were happening, we were just completely silent. And then by the end of the episode, both of us just like the credits start, and we're like, yo, what was that? What the fuck was that? That was so interesting.
for it being only like, you know, at 22, 23 minutes long, it feels like so much happened. Like it
feels
really did,
dense. And I remember it all. Like we watch all of these. Wonder Egg Priority was in the middle of a bunch of shit that I was watching. It was not like the most recent thing. And I remember so many specific details about it. Yeah. I cannot wait for the next episode. I don't want to spoil much. I feel like we've talked enough about like
it's a great
what
show.
The show is, what makes it so appealing, the way that it reveals what's going to happen next. It's just so surprising. Damn, the character design looks good, man.
Yeah, I love
these girls are so cute. I love it. Like it's very like moe style.
Makes you want to buy a little fucking
little hoodie figure
with a little fucking. I think it's a flower on the chest or something. Yeah, it's great. So check that one out for sure. That's gonna be a must watch for us.
100%. Not a must watch for me, but
I agree.
Honestly, it's like okay coming up here. 2.43 Seiyan High School Boys Volleyball Team is made by David Production. They've done JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Fire Force, and Cells at Work. This is based off of a novel, and it's like a more dramatic Haikyuu.
Okay, so in my notes is it's kind of like Haikyuu and like Stars Align, but not as good as both of them.
So Stars Align is the dramatic aspect of it. Haikyuu is literally just the volleyball
part. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like, otherwise, it's but the whole time you're comparing it to sports anime because it is one, and it's really trying to go heavy on the drama. But I'm not interested in the characters or what's going on as much as I would like to be when it's like going heavy on the drama. The problem I think with it is that we were introduced to it, and then it was just like, by the way, this character's really dramatic. And I was like, right off the bat, like,
he's a big old moody
ease
bitch.
into it. Like, I don't know. I just don't care when you immediately throw like a bad personality my way.
He's got like the ugliest, stankest face. He's poorly drawn. He's like not even a hot dude. You can't be hot and moody. You gotta be hot and moody.
He's hot, just like not in the way that we like, you know?
No, he's not hot.
He's hot in the moody way.
Anyways, I didn't like the way it particularly looked also.
No,
I thought
it was weird. Times looked really good. Times it didn't.
There's time where they're doing volleyball stuff like this. Actually, the volleyball bit's not that bad. But there was a part in the show where I think it's fairly early on, or it might even be a flashback of like the younger character saying goodbye to the friend that comes back, you know? Like he's moving away, and I'm like, am I gonna get invested in this? Am I gonna be like, am I into this? And then that fucking moody bitch shows up and starts, ignoring this person. I was like, you know what? Fuck the show. I don't like him. I don't care. He's a bad guy. The part that really sold it for me was just like where it was like really over the top was how the first episode ended. It was just like the way it was posed and stuff. This one also has dark themes. I don't know if the person in this show, if they talk about suicide or attempting on someone's life. I don't remember if the person actually did die. But I was like, you know what? No. It's not. This show isn't doing enough to get me invested, and I don't like much of the characters, honestly. So
yeah, I mean, I'm not into Haikyuu for the volleyball. I mean, now I am, but like,
because we're volleyball fans,
when I started watching Haikyuu, I was in it for the story and the characters and whatever the show had, and then because they were so strong along the way, I wound up being more invested in the volleyball aspect of the show. I feel like this show is neglecting a couple of different things. It's not focusing enough on the volleyball, but like it's also not focusing enough on the characters, and it's more so focusing on the drama behind it all. And that's what makes it less interesting to me than other sports shows. Right. It could be good. I don't know. I'm not willing to invest the time in it.
I will say the one bit that had me go, Oh, what was there's a part where the character the boy that's from this fucking podunk town or whatever is talking to a girl and she's sitting on his desk and she's kind of like flirting with him and she purposely stands up and again we get another panty shot and I was just like it's slow mode and everything, right? And then she goes, hey, you can look, I purposely wore underwear so you could check them out. And he's just like, no one wants to see your fucking dirty ass cotton underwear, whatever. He's like, oh, blah, 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 walks away. And then it's revealed that person is his cousin. And I go, oh, fucking gross.
I totally forgot about that. Yeah, no, fuck that noise. All right. Next show, Hortensia Saga, made by Leiden Films. This is based off of a game, and it's something that you didn't watch. And honestly, I'm not going to tell you shit about it. It's such a generic fantasy world. It was just like, oh yeah, check it out. There's this fantasy side and there's this fantasy side. This one's the good side. This one's the bad side. We're going to do some sword fighting. We're going to do a little bit of magic. It's all just fucking Hortensia Saga stuff, man.
Well, I do want to say that, yeah, I wasn't able to watch this because of Funimation, so I can't talk about the show.
Yeah.
But I do want to reiterate, it is bullshit that I can't watch this show because I pay for your service and you're not letting me watch it for some reason. Fix your shit, Funimation. Like, God. And I want to call you the powerhouse of anime this season because you have so many good animes. But maybe I shouldn't because you don't fucking care about us, the little fucking people.
It was just a whole bunch of my land. No, it's my land. Classic war. But in a fantasy setting. Also, some Mulan shit.
Oh, nice.
That's
some,
yeah.
Eddie Murphy stuff?
Yes, Eddie Murphy stuff is what I mean. No, I mean that this chick is pretending to be a dude so that she could further her way in war and whatever.
So, okay, some legit Mulan stuff.
Some legit Mulan shit. Doesn't matter. Was not fantastic animation in my opinion. Was not fantastic storytelling in my opinion. Characters forgettable, world very large. If you like fantasy settings, maybe you'll get something out of it. I know that Kyle likes to watch a lot of different shit to get ideas for D&D out of it. So if you're into that, that's really the only reason I could tell you to watch it. I'm not interested in it. Kyle's not interested in it. You wouldn't be interested in it either, man. And Funimation clearly wasn't interested in it. Otherwise, you might have been able to watch this.
For sure, yeah.
I don't know what to say about this next one. It's called Back Arrow. We're going to talk about Back Arrow, made by Studio Voln. They've done I Want to Eat Your Pancreas, Ushio Totora, and Karakuri Circus. This is an original show, and it's made by the Kill la Kill Gurren Lagann, son of a bitch himself, the pro mayor guy, and it doesn't need to exist.
Yeah. So it's about a world that's there's two factions and they fight for these, I don't know, they're like rings that fall from the sky, and if you put the ring around your arm, you also have to have some sort of conviction. You get a giant mech and you fight in your giant mech. So one of these things that fell from the sky, like I said, it's supposed to hold these rings, held a naked guy. And, he's just like, hey, I'm from outside. By the way, this world is encased by giant walls.
They're it's essentially, it's some Attack on Titan stuff where these people don't know much about the walls. There are some people that worship the walls, and there are other people that think that the walls are a bunch of baloney, but nobody knows what exists outside of them other than death.
This guy's like, I'm from outside the walls, and I'm naked. He's naked for almost the entire show. He helps the village that saved him he puts on a fucking mech, beats the shit out of someone. And yeah, you described it as cowboy-esque.
Some wild cowboy mech
with
stuff.
Robots. Yeah, and you know what? I don't think it looked all that great. I'm gonna say no. I just
so much was going on. It was check out my world. Here's a bunch of backstory on it. There are walls. Nothing exists outside of them. People worship these things. Here's the naked man. He says that there's a bunch of life outside of the walls. These people, for whatever reason, are cowboys. Not everyone's a cowboy. And it was just so back and forth. And he's like, I gotta fight this person. And he wants to get outside of the walls, and they're like, you can't do that. And he's like, watch me. I don't know. It was so much happening for one episode, man.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get into any of the characters. I couldn't tell you who the main characters were aside from Naked Man. I don't know if there were any.
We made a good point that this does feel like just not good Trigger. You know, like the guy who wrote all those other things, it does have those vibes of Kill la Kill, those vibes of Gurren Lagann. Like you can feel it, you can see it. You know, it just
Gurren Lagann took half a show to set up.
Yeah, it just,
you know?
And yeah, exactly. And the rest of it happens.
And the first half was great, and then the second half was the show.
Yeah,
and it was also great. And this feels like, all right, can we do everything that we would normally do in the first half of a show in one episode? Yeah,
yeah.
No, guys, come on.
So yeah, so I understand that there's people that are really going like gung ho for this because of the guy that wrote it, and he's written a bunch of great stuff. But I don't know. I don't think this was handled that well. I don't think it's going to be a classic anytime soon.
Cool. Skate Leading Star is made by JC Staff. This is an original show. We already have an ice skating show that's fantastic. Yuri on Ice.
Watch that.
I don't want to say more about this show. I don't think that there was much going on. Also, it looks like it looks like some of my notes here on the description got copied, so I'm gonna have to grab that again. But yeah,
my only notes for Skate Leading Stars or whatever was I could not be fucked to watch more of this. Don't get what's the point of watching a fake ass sport. It's a sports anime about team
figure skating, group figure skating. I thought that was interesting. And it also has like some rock and roll stuff, and that's different than Yuri on Ice. But when I'm watching it, I'm just not convinced that it's going to be like the chill time that I'm looking for.
Yeah, but there's a lot of like pretty boys in this show. So if you're a person who likes pretty boys in shows, like maybe check this out because it's almost all boys. So
yeah, I agree with that. If you're into pretty boys, you got this show under your belt, homie. This is what I consider the second actual worst show of the season. You know, not Dr. Ramune type stuff, but Scar on the Praetor, made by Go Hands. They've done K, Handshakers, and Wuz. This is based off of something, I guess. It's an other kind of project. Maybe it was based off of figures or some shit. This one was weird, and it was some very like Go Hands ass shit where you have a couple of characters and weird stuff's going on. There are all these like bizarre animation and like just I don't know.
Way the rendering gave me like Handshakers vibes.
But I learned something about Handshakers actually. There was no like visual art design and director or something. There was like some
shit.
Yeah, exactly. Some like very pivotal art direction person didn't exist in their team.
They didn't hire that person.
Yeah.
So it's about people who like fight with guns. They do some gung fu, and they're like, some of them also have tattoos that give them powers. They're like bulletproof, and I didn't like the background. I didn't like the lighting. It was just so confusing. Like the characters didn't feel like they belonged in this world. And the thing that really got me, and Sierra kept pointing it out while I was watching with her, was that everybody, all the way, by the way, the cast is a bunch of hot boys. So if you like hot boys, maybe it's for you.
Yeah, they were hot.
Every single hot boy, their hair jiggled every time they moved. It was just like, move, jiggle, say something, jiggle, turn your head, jiggle. Like there wasn't a time that their hair did not jiggle, and they almost all of them wore necklaces. So it was like hair jiggle, necklace jiggle. So they like, as opposed to doing like having a good story and like fucking having some solid animation or like a cohesive background that matches your fucking foreground and your main characters. They're like, nah, fuck it, just make everything jiggle. Let's over animate everything, and that'll trick people to think this is good. This is horrible. It's so bad. I
visually, story wise, it was dumb. It had some really stupid gunplay. I don't know, man. It was just a bad time. I don't have much more to say because it's made by Go Hands, which they haven't done shit that I've cared about at all.
If it wasn't for X Arms, this would absolutely be the worst.
Oh yeah.
You're just lucky X Arms is here to fucking take that from you. It's
not worse than Handshakers.
No, Handshakers is like. What about the second season of Handshakers? Or like, remember when they made more Handshakers?
I didn't remember. It's fine.
Oh yeah, it's like a spin-off of Handshakers.
Well, yeah. There was another weird thing that was also about holding hands. I do remember that.
Yeah.
Idly Pride, made by the studio Lay-duce. They've done Asobio Sobase, as well as Magical Girl Raising Project and Kino's Journey to the Beautiful World, the animated series. This is an original story, and this is the idol show I think I'm kind of into. I don't know what's going on.
I think I was pleasantly enjoying the first episode. I thought it'd just be an idol show, but it doesn't seem to just be an idol show. Even what's funny about this show is that even before the twist near the end that kind of added here's your extra element to the show to make it kind of more interesting.
Yeah,
I was actually enjoying the show. As, just like a drama.
I was just like, oh man, I like that they're kind of speeding through a lot of stuff. It's interesting because with the idol shows, it usually deals with, we want to be idols, we're good, but we're not well known, we don't really have that many good things yet. This was we want to be good idols, and I'm the fucking best, and you're gonna be my manager. And I was like, okay, that's weird. And they were like, anyways, 4 years or whatever goes by, and I'm like, cool. So they do show you little snippets of their journey, but instead of it being a whole show, it was just this is the shit that we want to show you because we are trying to get somewhere in the story where the actual plot's going to take off, because it's not all about idol stuff from what it seems.
Yeah, well, it starts off with the main character talking to a giant cast of girls, and I go, oh fuck, it's just going to be like that other show on Crunchyroll where they're introducing every single girl to join the crew, and then it does the flashback, and the screen goes from normal TV to cinematic, where the bottom bits get cut off with black. And it really does give you that feel of the flashbacks. And the flashbacks are also fast forward. And I'm myself trying to guess I wonder what's going to happen, because it's about him and this girl. And he goes, they're doing some competition to become an idol. My guess, I thought was oh, she's going to win and then instantly write him off and forget him and treat him like shit or whatever. She's going to change. And that didn't happen. She died. And I was like, oh, fuck. And then there's another stuff, and she's a fucking ghost, and I don't know what the fuck's going on. And that all sounds like I made it up, but it's absolutely 100%
Dude, as soon as she became a ghost, I was like, what's going on? If you look at the description from my anime list, it's a very, this is a personal, telling of what the show is about kind of feel, where it's I this, I that. It was interesting. I want to see more. And the studio that makes it, they've done some interesting things that we've really enjoyed. And that surprised us, like Magical Girl Raising Project. Oh, let's check out this Magical Girl show. Whatever, because we just do this for an anime. Oh my God. First episode, you could tell something's going on. It was good.
So I'm interested to also watch some more of this. I don't know, if I'll keep it, keep holding on to it, but I thought it looked good enough for at least I'm enjoying the animation and the visuals parts. So yeah, and the music wasn't that bad. Which sometimes with the idol shows, I hate the music that gets played, and I didn't hate the music that she was playing.
No, so it was chill. Good. 4 more shows, boys.
Let's do it.
Other Side Picnic, made by Leiden Films and Felix Film. They are known for Nekopara. And I think they've done a couple more things, but whatever. This is based off of a novel, and I'm very interested to see where it goes. And I watched the second episode of this, and this is one of the only ones I watched the second one of.
But it gives me at least for the first episode, it gave me
some Wonder Egg priority kind of.
Yes, yeah, that was my thing. After, because I saw Other Side Picnic.
I saw this one first.
I saw Wandering Egg Priority. And I was like, you know what? This sucks because they're both kind of similar, and one's way better than the other one.
This one was fine.
Yeah, it was good.
But
the other one is a lot better. Yeah. No, I wanted to say it reminded me of the one where it was Coco. No, the one where they had there's a rock they bleed into, and they go to this other world. Kokoko?
Yeah. Kokoku, remember? I think.
Yeah, Kokoku. It gave me that kind of vibes where it's these two girls and they end up on the other side of something and the world's weird.
I think I was feeling that way about maybe about Wonder Egg proximity or priority.
Mm-hmm. I think
I don't know, man. But I definitely compared something with Kokoku. I think it was Wonder Egg priority because of the weird cinematic angles and stuff that they were going for with stuff in that. But this was such a weird, like, hey, there's some like other universe stuff going on. There are monsters. We don't really know what's going on. Yeah, the wiggle waggles. They had just like weird terms for everything. And essentially, like, the other side is this alternate world that affects our world. You know, like all fucking anime does, anyways. But there are these creatures that can't really be seen or dealt with unless you use some very specific tactics. And this whole world of the other side has all different kinds of things that it doesn't show us in the first episode. They talk a little bit more about stuff in the second episode and give it more of a plot. But man, it is interesting because it brings that heavy drama. It has kind of cool character design. Some animation's a little bit weird. They do a lot of 3D animation, which doesn't look fantastic, but it looks fine. And they kept that like element of mystery there. I kept wanting to know what else there was, and it felt very unique, you know?
Yeah, that's one of the words I for sure used like when I was taking notes. But like mystery, like it's like this is season for mystery, I guess. And at least we got two interesting mysteries I want to know more about. I will say like one of my favorite parts of the first episode was when the go-getter girl, I don't know, was taking
the blonde
the
girl,
long-haired girl, the one with the gun chick,
the gun girl. Okay, yeah.
Was taking her. It's like made the other girl agree to go to the other side again, and she was like going up and down that elevator, and like doors would open up, and there's like I think it was like
dude, that was floor. Cool, yeah.
So the fourth floor, like something came at them, and she's like hitting the close button, and it closes, and she's like, and the other girl's like terrified, she's like, oh, don't worry about it, like they always try to get in the elevator on the fourth floor. Like that shit was scary.
I know, right? It immediately was just like, oh fuck, I don't like these vibes. This is what I'm all about. Because like whenever something makes me suddenly feel a different way than I was feeling before, it intrigues me. You know, unless it's crying mayonnaise from your eyes, in which case go fuck yourself. That was the worst show I've ever seen.
The elevator went up and down a bunch, and then like that bit was really fun, and then the part where like she starts turning into a monster and like this stuff starts crawling out of her eyes, it was like really just kind of creepy and like body
and so, that of course that ties into the plot for the next episode too.
Cool.
And they kind of explain more about that and what was going on and how that's going to change the story going forward. Another thing about the elevator, I can't remember if it was in the first episode. It might have been in the second, but they used the elevator again. And then at one floor, something different happens. And she goes, this isn't normal. This normally doesn't do this. And then it keeps going. And I'm like, oh, yeah.
And she's like holding the gun. She's like, oh, like, because she was like, for the first time she was chill. The second time I was like, had the gun out. I was like,
yeah.
I don't know about that one. Yeah.
So I really like that. Yeah, it was like, I don't know, everyone was dead or something, and she's like, that normally doesn't happen.
Yeah, they're not all dead. They're usually all on fire, but they're not all dead. So yeah, that show is interesting. I'm also feel kind of like on the same page where I want to see some more and see what happens.
I enjoyed the second episode. I'm looking forward to the third, but it's not up there in the top tier, but it's like,
it's there.
I am interested, dude. I mean, I love all weird genres of horror, and this fills in that like bizarre mystery kind of like mystical bullshit with horror, of course. It's very like spooky, scary. All right, we're going to talk about a couple more shows that we don't really care about and end it with a decent one. LBX Girls, made by Studio A Cat. They've done Frame Arms Girl, Tamayomi, and Pastel Life. This is based off of a game, and dude, I don't give a fuck.
It's like mech girls that go into like other worlds and they fight monsters, and they're like wearing these dope armors that have like super cool guns and stuff, but they're also wearing very skimpy outfits. There was a portion where they were transforming into like, their mech modes that lasted for I don't know, like 5 minutes of them just like
man, it was that one. Yeah, it just took so long, and I'm sitting there like, why is this going on? Like, why are they doing this? And they just fought these like dimensional monsters. I don't really know how else to put it, but like,
I think there was a bit like maybe near the end where like the characters are like the girls that have been there for a while are just trying to tell the new girls who just showed up like, hey, like, you're not at your home, you're not in your world, you're in a different world. And she's like, well, I know, like, we're near my house, can we just go see it? And like they're driving their tank to go get there or whatever. And I'm just like, that is kind of interesting. But then I remembered, oh yeah, but the first half of it was them fighting these monsters with these stupid mech things, like and their skirts and boobs hanging out. So I was like, you know what? This show's not for me. It absolutely feels like it's based off a game. So yeah, I'm just gonna pass.
Like a shitty game though. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
this is
super shitty game.
Big pass. Nothing more to say.
Mm-hmm.
Another idol show.
Yeah.
Let's talk.
Yeah, this is like what's this one? Yeah.
So Gek Idol, made by Hoods Entertainment. They've done Drifters, The Quasar of Stigmata, and 3D Kanojo Real Girl. This is an original story. And man, I don't know. It's like some post-apocalyptic 3D hologram idol shit that are trying to like bring the world back, or I don't know.
So it's like a girl wants to join this like this theater group that uses like high tech stuff, I don't know what it's called, like hologram stuff. And there's also like an android that also reads lines with people, and I guess she's really good at acting if she sees someone else act it, but then if she has to act by herself, she passes out and she faints and stuff.
Yeah, she can perfectly imitate anybody.
Yeah, and then she was just like, finished the rest of the things. Like, I didn't see how it ended, and then she just got overwhelmed and passed out. And there was a dance number.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. The thing is, like, this is another case of, like, there's that extra element. Like,
the mystery's there.
There's this giant hole in Japan.
What's the hole doing?
Just disappeared. And the world is, like, in school, they're talking about it. It was like, yep, it's been so long since, Ikebukuro has been gone, and we're slowly trying to rebuild. But our main character isn't paying attention to school, so we don't get to know what's up with this world. And it's like, do I want to know more? So that's one where I was just like, I don't know if I like this. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't great. It was kind of meh. So.
I'm for sure not gonna watch it. As cool as like post-apocalyptic stuff can be, this didn't hit any of those cool elements for me. The hook was there. It didn't grab me.
Right.
But Horimiya, made by Cloverworks, this is based off of a manga. Yeah, it got me. It's just a sweet little romance, baby. We got our boy who looks like a little mopey piece of shit, and we got our girl who looks like the most popular girl in school. But as soon as we're outside of school, she looks like the most popular girl in school, but her hair is now up and she's like making cookies, and he looks like the coolest guy to have ever gone to high school. He's got like 100 earrings, his hair's all tied back, he's a badass, and it's about them like being chill bros and slowly falling in love, kind of.
Yeah, you didn't mention any stuff that Cloverworks makes. You just yelled Cloverworks and started talking about it.
Oh, so. Right, because you haven't caught on to that thing where every time that I talk about a studio and say all the names, I don't do that twice.
Doesn't do it again. So
all right, let's do it again. Cloverworks did the show that we already talked about earlier in the episode, Wonder Egg Priority, as well as The Promised Neverland, as well as Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai, as well as Go Fuck Yourself, Juan. I already said all that. Why are you trying to buffer us for another goddamn minute? We're almost 2.5 hours in.
It's not my fault. It's not my fault we're talking so long. You should have done the thing. We would have fucking been done.
I already did it. Do you know how many times I said Leiden Films without saying all the shows that they did? At least 5. At least 5 times. JC's staff. I don't know if you... Oh my God. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We'll see you next week.
I like this show. I didn't know it was Cloverworks though.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, looks great. I will say the fact that he has also a giant shoulder and like rib tattoos really threw me for a loop. Like the whole piercings, like the piercings bit, and like his hair. Like I get that, but he's just like, oh man, I can't wear my gym outfit. I have all these tattoos. Like how did you not think that through? Like what happened?
He's hot. It doesn't matter. He's hot. She's hot. We're all hot. And he's a good babysitter, man.
Yeah, you know what? That's the thing I could do without. I don't really care for the kid.
Me either. But it was an excuse for them to somehow like bond or whatever. I'm into it. Horimiya, best romance of the season.
It's probably I think it's like one of the only romances of the season.
Yeah, and that's why I'm so confident in saying it.
Best. Well, we don't know. There might be some love in Redo of a Healer, so we got to keep an eye on that one.
Maybe. Yeah, you let me know. You keep me up to date on that.
I'll watch that.
Redo of a Healer.
So let's go through this and like talk about what are we going to be for sure watching, and then what probably, and then we'll call it.
All right, from the top.
Crunchyroll stuff. What do you watch on Crunchyroll?
Crunchyroll. I'm gonna watch the 3rd episode of So I'm Spider, So What. I'm not expecting much from it, and that's it.
And that doesn't include the stuff that's like Attack on Titan
and non-Biori and yeah. I'm gonna watch one more episode of that, see how I feel about it. It might just keep being like one more episode, just one more episode. We'll see what happens. Right. Not fantastic. And then
for me, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna finish. For me,
you do it.
I think the Heaven Design team and then the ABC Working Diary, like those are ones that like I might watch that are on the bubble.
They're like whatever. They're chill shows. It's low investment.
Exactly. That's how I feel like. If I don't watch them, it's not the end of the world. Obviously on High Dive, nothing, right?
You know what? Hang on. The Heaven's Designer team thing. I feel like if that was a short show, I would watch it.
If it was in clips, yeah, I get what you're saying.
Instead of a 20-minute like each episode thing. Yeah. I think I would really like it if it was shorter. But it's too much of similar bits all at once for me personally.
Yeah, that's a good idea. But it's too late now.
Shoot.
Okay, so High Dive, pass. Right, not watching that. All right, Funimation. What do you watch on Funimation?
I mean, I'm gonna check out another episode of The Jobless Reincarnation. We'll see if it's worth it at all. Of course, I'm watching Cells at Work Black, or Cells at Work Code Black is solid. It's a good time. I know that you are gonna keep watching Kimono Jihen.
Yeah, for sure.
You're gonna be into that. I'm gonna watch Skate the Infinity. You are too, of course. How do you not? Are you gonna watch Supposed Kid from the Boonies or whatever?
That's another one's on the bubble. Like, if I might pop it on to see what happens, but I'm not like sold on it.
We are absolutely watching Wonder Egg Priority.
Yeah, for sure.
Out of all the new shows, like it's very clear. I'm gonna. There's the skip. I'm gonna watch Idly Pride. I hope that show's good. I'm gonna watch Other Side Picnic. I'm having a good time with it. And Horimiya, just a sweet little slice of life drama, relationship time, comedy.
Yeah. I'm also gonna watch Horimiya. The one with the, I don't know, was it Geki doll? Like, that's another one's on the bubble. I don't know. Again, just because of the mystery
if you watch it, really let me know. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm actually really surprised as to like what's going on this season. Hands down, Funimation's killing it. Crunchyroll needs to pick their shit up. And then High Dive, get the fuck out of here. Like, what do you do?
I mean, High Dive's trying. It has a like specific show
niche,
you know. Yeah. It's always going for the shows that are a little bit too horny that other people are afraid of.
Also, they have Non-Biori Vacation. So
they do. That's a big time. Non-Biori Vacation was such a good time.
It was a good time.
Like, what a nice little time. Anyways, thank you guys for listening to so much of this rambling on preview thing.
For sure.
Hopefully it helped you decide if you should watch certain shows. We have decided.
I haven't decided.
Okay.
What I wanted to say was, let us know what you're watching. If you feel like it, email us. If we didn't like a show that you liked and it gets better, let us know.
I'm always down.
If you just want to tell us that we're wrong, you can also do that. But yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing. And we'll just keep you posted as the season goes on. And if we drop things. So
yeah.
Okay. That's the show. If you like our theme song, check out Not Mars on Spotify. He's got his new single out, Paperweight, and his music video is gonna be dropping, I think,
Friday,
in a day or something like that. Yeah. So go check it out. Our boy Tom, he's a really talented guy.
He's a beautiful little soul.
Trip, where can people find us?
You can find us on Facebook. Look up the Instagram Podcast. Same thing goes for Instagram. Look up the Instagram Podcast. If you want to tweet at us, tweet at Instant Ramen Pod.
Podcast Interfit.
And you could go ahead and shoot us an email, instagrampodcast@gmail.com. We also stream this every week on Wednesdays now. Sometime between 8 and 9, we'll start streaming our podcast recording. You get a little bit before, a little bit after. And if you ever want to just chill, I'll also be streaming some games with homies here and there.
Also, check out the VOD, right? Like, you can watch it later.
Yeah.
If
you do want the before and after, you could go back and check out the VOD. Twitch.tv/ChrisPether. So.
For sure. Cool. This is bye from Juan.
I'll see you around from Chris.
Hey, Trip, don't forget.
Just add hot water. Also, next week, we're going to be talking about the Crunchyroll Awards, by the way. The like potential votes. And giving our personal bests. Bye, you guys. Thank you.